Wonderful. Okay. It is. Let me. It is nighttime now in the Underdark. Without the aid of the changing sky, you all mark the time mainly through the creeping exhaustion in your bodies as you travel through the tunnels, as well as that glowstone shard that Gallet took on your way down below. He chipped it off of a much larger glowstone. It still works.
All right.
You all move through the Yumbat roads high above the lower caverns, these serpentine wonders of architecture, a testament to the will of both the Yasari Drow and bats alike that has been imposed upon the ungiving stone of the deep until it gave way to this complex network of caverns that link the scattered cities together into one chain. As you soar through these bat tunnels in single file, you pass now and again over openings through which you could descend into the main tunnels below. This is less than advised because these higher tunnels are much less infested with the various monsters that roam the Underdark. Um, these tunnels, whose floors would be difficult or impossible to traverse on foot, are easily flown through by your yum bats who glide along, big eyes open, scanning the deep for any threats. The hours pass in idle flight, conversations in mind space with your bonded beasts, and a rest every now and again for food and other necessities, but mostly it passes in peace. However, around 3/4 of your way into your voyage, you see that suddenly the tunnel before you ends abruptly. It is as if a thick wall has sprung into place in the middle of the tunnel, blockading your advance. As we kind of cut back in to this moment, pulling away from the montage, I will say you are currently 60 feet away from this wall at the moment, far enough to see that your path is impeded, but not close enough to determine the nature of this impediment. I will give you in this moment a choice. You may either pause here to discuss your options or get closer to see what's going on. I will also ask, Gallet is the only one among you who does not have dark vision.
I only have my orb.
Is Gallet like using his orb or just relying on Scruffles' dark vision as well? Because
Uh,
Scruffles can see and can tell you what's going on. You kind of just gotta, commune with Scruffles, like, turn left here,
is
all
he
that stuff.
currently drunk?
No, he was drunk in the beginning,
Okay,
but
okay.
now
He's sobered
he's
up.
sobered up. He's feeling
Okay.
okay. He's feeling all right.
Little
Maybe a little
headache.
hungover,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
a little bit of a headache. But he's
yeah.
all right.
If no one is against it, I'll have my light out. I don't like the dark that much.
Cool. How far out does your light throw light?
Well, we'll go ahead and see, but it's not that far. You have to activate it to make it real far. Drift globe. 5e. Let's see how far this goes. Okay, so it's using the light spell. So the light spell is a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. Okay, so around you in a 20-foot radius, there is plentiful light,
And
but beyond that,
20 foot is bright light, 20 feet past that is dim light. Okay, so it's
dim
40.
light. Got it. So 40 feet. So you're still a distance away. You're about 60 feet away from this wall. What do you guys do? Do you guys just like turn back around, or do you go up to the wall to examine it? And whatever you do, how are you doing it?
Yeah, I would like to get a little closer.
Yeah, how much
Investigating?
closer are we talking?
How do we know there's a wall?
Weird question.
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah,
I would know
it's a weird
unless you
question.
guys would have to stop me. Like I was just going straight towards the wall. Guys,
Oh,
why
wait,
are you slowing
Gallet,
down?
no.
What?
There's a wall that is
There's a
blocking
wall?
the way.
Like an
Yes.
entire wall?
I think so. Well, okay, so I'm gonna get up to 30 feet away.
I'll fly
Okay.
with.
And from this distance, can I tell, does it look like the wall that Shamit was trying to put up on our way to the other city?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Sure.
Oh, 'cause
you
you're
do still have
tired.
disadvantage, huh?
I sure do.
On a 12, hard to say. It certainly doesn't look like the same smooth stone that you've been encountering in these tunnels. They've been remarkably uniform up to this point, but looking at this wall from 30 feet out, you are still kind of in the dim light of Gallup's drift globe. But the light does not afford you any further because it's pitch dark beyond that. And you can see, dark vision does not let you see with perfect acuity. It's kind of just like you can tell that there's a wall there, but you can't discern like color. You can't discern like a lot of significant details.
Alok, I wonder if you might want to check for any traps. I want to get a little closer and see if it's magical, but I don't want to step on something.
I will say that
Check if you can unlock it, Alok.
This is still the first day, so you do have your previous point rolls, I believe. Ruby had a 12, Suma had an 11, Gallup had an 18, Alok had a 20.
Oh, we have those ones. Okay.
Yeah, so kind of you haven't. Scrolling back up. So you guys rolled again once I said that it would take you a full day, but we're kind of cutting back in time a little bit, because y'all said not to skip over the travel, so I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
It says you want me to investigate. You can't detect magic or anything.
Oh well, I can. I can do that now if we have time. Actually, did I? Hang on, maybe I prepared it today. Oh, I did.
Well,
Hallelujah! I'll do that right now.
I'm pretty sure if it's a ritual, you don't need it prepared though, right?
No, but I'm gonna do it instantly, instantly, because I have the.
You cast detect magic. The wall is not magical.
Okay, well that's good.
Should I go and investigate it then?
It's not gonna
do we
blow
think
up.
it's safe?
I think so. Just to make
Surely
sure
nothing wrong will
everything's
happen.
Yes.
fine.
There's no way that they would rig it with explosives.
Make sure you stand far enough away that I'm not in your light. And I'll.
All right. I just won't see the wall then. I'll just back
That's
up.
fine.
How close are you getting, Alok?
As close as I have to investigate it. So probably pretty close.
You can investigate it from the distance Suma was previously, but you imagine it'd be easier to do it closer up, but you could look at it from further away if you want.
I'll go half the distance. It'll be like 15 feet, just make it like a little
15
easier.
feet, okay, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Yikes.
A 24. On 24, it's still dark in here, so your dark vision does let you catch some details. With that high of an investigation check, you can see that this wall looks incredibly different to the walls of the Underdark of these tunnels. And in fact, it's hard to say if it is a wall or not. Oh, what is this?
The wall's talking.
Yo, this is a jam.
Well, why is that a song? As you get closer, you see that it's hard to say that it's a wall because you watch it for a bit and you see that it's actually very slowly moving.
Weird. It's just moving. Is it like pulsating at all, or is it like still like a flat wall?
With a 24 investigation, you do sense a slight pulsation.
Might be a living creature, guys.
Oh
What?
no.
Huh?
It's moving.
A wall?
And it's...
Well,
Wait,
it's not
like-
magical,
Okay,
so
wait,
rules
hold
that
on.
out.
Hold on. So, like, okay, it could just be the tectonic plates, right? Like that tectonic
It's
plates
kind of
moving
pulsating.
loosely,
I don't
right?
think...
I don't think
I think
tectonic
it's
plates
breathing.
pulsate.
No?
Yeah, I will say on a 24 investigation, you can tell that it's moving and you can also tell that it's moving very slowly.
Is it moving towards us or leaving?
Do you think hurting it will make it go faster?
So you're going this way. It appears to be moving this way, perpendicular to you.
Oh, so we could probably just
So-
wait this thing out. But then again, I don't like that there's a wall moving. Suma, have you ever heard Ruby? Wait, Ruby, you both been down here.
Oh,
Have
that's
you
right.
guys ever heard a wall that's just like chilling then moving away?
Let
you
me
look at-
search in my mind. And also, I have a question. Does it look like this thing? I'll get closer. I'll get up to where Alok is. Does it look like this thing is like moving into the wall? Like, is it burrowing into the wall? Is this a giant worm like crossing the road or something?
Yeah, go ahead
Is
and give
what I'm
me a.
asking.
Yeah, you get closer. Go ahead and give me another investigation check.
Sure.
On a 19, it is for sure burrowing into the wall.
Cool. We love that. I'm also gonna make a history check to see if I have any idea.
On
what this-
18, do the rest of you join up at this level, by the way, towards Suma and Alok?
I'll go like away from them. Like if they were on the left, I'd go to the right because Alok said he wants to be in the dark.
Would you like to lend them your light at all?
I would like to, but Alok wants to be in the dark, so until asked, I will not.
Understood. Suma, there are for sure very, very large creatures in the Underdark. Worm-like, for sure. Though you have not personally seen one of these before, the size of it and Alok's description of it with that 24 investigation and your own 19 investigation, you wager that perhaps if Gallet's light were swung closer to it, such that your vision, the color would turn to your vision, that perhaps the surface of this wall would appear purple.
Oh,
Very interesting.
that's a weird color for a worm.
I do the okay, you know when you're in the car with your parent and you stop at a stoplight and they like swing their arm out to like prevent you from going through the window. I kind of do that
Aw.
to Gallet as he like walks up. I'm just like, stay back.
Okay.
I will remind you that you are all still flying at this point, I would assume.
I think I probably dismounted to
I did for sure.
investigate.
Okay, so
Have-
you likely
have the Yumbat
would
a
you
few
have
feet back.
left your Yumbat back? Okay, and then walked up.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Hey.
Whatever this thing is, Suma, it doesn't seem to notice you yet,
Mhm.
and perhaps actually putting all those checks together. Those are 3 very high rolls right in a row. I think that it wouldn't be unreasonable to conclude that perhaps it is in some state of sleep burrowing. In the way that some animals, like in the water, when they sleep, they are still moving. This thing is in a state of slumber or, hibernate, or taking a nap while still burrowing through rock, but just at a much slower pace than perhaps it normally would.
Mhm.
You can wait for this thing to pass or try a different route.
Or we could follow it.
I will communicate that to the
But
group. What do you all want to do?
Suma, was your history to know what this creature is?
To know, not necessarily, species or anything, but just are there
Can
giant
I,
worm-like creatures?
Yeah, can I try to put 2 and 2 together? As a worm, it's purple. Have I heard of it?
Sure. Yeah, I would say, I think Suma, you probably would have heard of this as well.
Mm-hmm. And
It
I
is
was
the-
probably
Ooh,
telling you
maybe I
guys
haven't.
what I know
Yeah,
about it.
on a 15 history check, Alok,
Pretty
you didn't know that these things existed in the Underdark because there's not that much literature about the Underdark on the surface. But it has been said that in certain places, uninhabited places in Tarai, in the sands there, that a very fearsome creature known as the Purple Worm does call it its home. They are largely solitary creatures, but they are extremely, let's say, voracious in their appetite, and can and will eat anything if it knows it's there.
Ooh.
But it doesn't know you're there yet.
Yep, let's try to keep it that way.
Hey.
Cool.
Chino, can I also want to make a check. Can I just see, like, if I
Yeah.
can deduce some certain aspects of it? Like, would a worm have tremor sense, perhaps?
I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah. Or just, like, anything, like, I could just discern
For sure.
from
Give me a nature check.
Ah,
Ooh. On a
You know,
nat 20?
we should get on the bats, guys.
You know for a fact that a lot of things that call the earth their home and spend a lot of time moving through the earth are extremely specialized and have adapted into sensing prey whilst in the earth. So any number of abilities to sense where things might be while your face is just facing blank wall, this thing would likely have. Tremor sense being one of them.
And with that, another question. Would
Yeah.
I be able to detect from, like, you know, the thickness of the skin, basically if it would be able to feel a small touch? Like, would that rouse it from wake? Like, rouse it from sleep? Bleh.
You would, with a nat 20, I will say that this thing could perhaps, would for sure, if awake, would sense the fuck out of Feels approaching and touching it.
Okay.
It would require stealth on Feels' part to not wake it up.
Alright, so we won't... guys, we shouldn't be touching this. I know you guys were on the, you were on the fence on
I thought you were gonna.
I was about to as well.
Oh man.
So we shouldn't be touching this thing, and
Right.
it seems like a really bad... Okay, first off, everyone back on the bats. Get on the bats.
Yes, yes.
We aren't
Yes.
touching
Alright,
the ground for a while now.
And we just wait. In fact, we should just back up.
Yeah, let's...
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there
so...
another tunnel, like, that would make sense to go around, or?
Yeah, so a thing you could do, so the carrier tunnels, the Yumbat tunnels, do periodically open up below into the lower caverns so that you could descend at any point in case you need to go a different way or take a different route. So you could just backtrack to the nearest one of those and then go from there. Or wait this thing out. Because presumably once you go down, there would later on be another place to go back up. Like, you know, you just take a UE on the freeway and just take the nearest exit.
Right.
I
Like
mean,
waiting
that's-
for a train to cross.
It seems like we could be doing something with our me time then, at least, because, like, I don't want to be here near this right now. It feels like not one of the things we can just easily... It looks pretty big, guys. It looks pretty big. It sort of encompasses a tunnel. Like, a tunnel.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we have that much firepower. And Suma, you're pretty tired.
Are you sure about that?
I would say I'm exhausted, so maybe we should go around.
Alright. And, like, you know, if things don't go well, we'll just come back in a couple of hours and it's probably gone. How big could an Alaskan bullworm really be?
What?
You'd be surprised.
I believe it's very big, made in pink. So.
True.
What is the name of this creature again? The purple
A
sandworm?
purple worm.
Purple worm.
Purple worm.
Okay.
How
purple
far
worm.
back is the whatever tunnel that's going down?
Maybe you passed it like 15 minutes ago.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you all, perhaps very wisely, decide to backtrack through the tunnel, to go back up into the tunnels, the carrier tunnels at a later point in time. You turn back, moving as quietly as possible as to not wake this thing up.
We attack it as we leave, obviously.
Yeah.
Go
Let
for
him-
it.
Let him know
I'm
who's
prepared
boss.
for that eventuality. I was like,
That ruined
there's a
some other
chance.
tunnelers' day.
I was like, there's a chance they fuck with this thing, so I gotta be ready for what happens if they do that.
If we get hit, it gets hit, and we just fly away. It's not gonna know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
You know, what happened?
Hey,
You
I
know.
just got my gauntlets. I really want to try them out.
Yeah.
Hey, Ruby, I brought
Oh,
a
yeah.
pickaxe. You can just
It'll be the
tunnel
first and
right
last
through
time.
it.
We shouldn't
Okay.
have the dwarf pickaxe. It's a little too difficult.
Well, you're the one
True.
with the gauntlets, though. Darn it.
True.
You all retrace your steps, or perhaps your flight path, back through the high road as silently as possible, and eventually come to the last opening you passed before your almost encounter with the worm. Through the hole in this tunnel, the downward-facing hole, you see a warm blue-green glow washing this lower cavern. You see, as you kind of swoop down into it, you see strange bioluminescent fungi that move. They're these mushroom caps that plop down into the earth and then pop back up in different spots, such that the walls and patches of the tunnel floor illuminate and then fall into darkness in waves like blinking constellations in the dark stone.
Nature check. Is that poisonous?
Sure, yeah. Give me a
12.
on a 12. Would anyone like to give advantage on that, or also join this nature check?
I'll try. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know my nature.
Boys.
On
Somehow.
on the second nat 20 nature check, these are not poisonous. They are what are called shy caps. They use tremor sense to detect predators and then bury themselves to avoid being eaten, popping up somewhere else that they consider to be safer. They taste very good, and I would say, Alok, you probably heard something about these in maybe the Pitch and Rose when you all had visited the tavern. You do tend to keep an ear out sometimes for conversations. You heard a thing or two about these mushrooms. They actually sell for a decent amount per head if you can collect some, due to their difficulty of gathering. Because the moment you touch the ground, it will sense you and then try to leave.
Sounds like we should have a competition. You can get as many shines.
Well, I think if we just fly on the bat, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Alright, so here are the rules of the competition. There are no rules. We start on 1. Whoever collects the most. Wait, I guess we're just
How many are there? Is it like full of them?
There's like a bunch of them.
Yeah, okay. So everyone,
Alright.
you got, okay, they're not poisonous, they got tremor sense, and whoever wins gets 30 gold from me. Alright, everyone ready?
I will say that these are low to the ground. So your
We'd have to
bat
swoop
can't
in.
just like hang in the air. You would have to swoop in and then reach over and pluck it from the ground in one
Or
motion.
the bat holds us with their feet and swoops by and we just...
True, or you would hang upside down, being hung up by the bat, and then grab it like
Yeah.
that. You could do that as well. Just go ahead and let me know what method you're using. We'll try to figure out what check that might be.
I'm doing that one. I'm hanging
You
hanging
hang
by the
upside.
bat.
Shadow bears you upside down. You hang. His claws kind of clamp onto your boots as you dangle upside down. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check to maintain kind of like core strength, balance. You dangle upside down. You easily swipe one up. It feels warm in your hand, and even grabbing it, it looks like plump and juicy. It looks like it would go great in a stew.
What is it called again?
A shy cap.
Shy cap.
Because they're shy and they're mushroom caps.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah. Would anybody else like to try one? And I guess how much time do you guys want to spend doing this?
The whole
Whoever-
time.
whoever
you made
wins-
the
We need money.
competition.
Yeah, we just bought those gauntlets. We need
Whoever-
money,
yeah,
guys.
whoever
we
wins-
need this.
I want to try
yeah.
to use thaumaturgy to like cause tremoring in other parts of the cave.
The horde.
Ooh.
The
Maybe
horde.
see if it could pop up near me, and also saboteur. My
Okay, as much as the competition, I mean, money's money. Let's calm down.
There are no rules.
Okay. I love that because thaumaturgy can cause like a light rumbling, right?
Mhm.
I love that actually. Yeah, let's say, are you gonna time this for when somebody else is doing it, like Galat or Suma?
Probably.
Okay, so let's say Suma and Gala, what are you gonna? What's your approach? You don't know that Ruby's doing this, but what's your approach?
Due to my
Oh,
deep
gosh.
connection with Scruffles, I'm mentally 1-to-1. So I'm just flying him, and he's gonna pick them up. And also, Feels is just gonna fly and do her own thing and pick things up. But she's a separate contestant.
Yeah, Feels is not that strong,
True.
and she would have to like kind of rip these things, pluck them from the ground.
Wait, she has a small sword, I believe. Let me check a sprite's things. They don't.
Okay.
It doesn't do much damage, but yeah, they technically have a long sword.
Okay, so I will say, give me an
Like,
attack roll for Feels.
All right. Ooh, a
On
nice
a 5.
Ooh.
Gallet, you watch as Feels swings, like makes contact, the mushroom just and then bounces back up, boom, instantly disappears and pops up somewhere else. And then you yourself are doing what with Scruffles? Are you hanging upside down or are you swooping down?
Scruffles is picking them up.
Oh, Scruffles is gonna try to pick him up with his feet.
Yeah. If they're dexterous enough to like hold a lock, they can pick it up themselves.
For sure. I will say that Scruffles' feet, like claws, are much larger than these would be. So go ahead and give me just a dexterity check for Scruffles. Give me like give me a check +2 for Scruffles.
D20 +2. He's got this. Oh, 15.
15. Scruffles successfully manages to nab a few. I will say Scruffles can get himself 3. I would say Alok with that 23 acrobatics, you probably were able to grab more than one. We'll say you're grabbing a couple per check. But right now, I would say Alok is in the lead in total. Suma, what is your approach? And Ruby, would you be trying to sabotage Scruffles or Suma?
That's hard. Well, since Alok is in the lead, can I slow him down?
Okay. Alok, are you going back down for another swing?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Suma, are you participating at all or no? Or
Are
you just watching the kids?
I think I'm watching. I think I'm watching. Yeah.
Wonderful. Alok, as on your next pass through, you watch as the ground rumbles right beneath you. Ruby, give me a stealth check to see how quietly you can cast this spell without making it obvious that it was you.
Okay.
Do I get like a disadvantage acrobatics
shit!
to try to
Wow.
Oh shit! Hell yeah. So Alok, you see rumbling. You have no idea a spell was just cast. You just know that the ground rumbles. This is going to be a much higher DC. Give me an acrobatics check with disadvantage. See if you can nab one before. On a 19. I will say there were a bunch that were ripe for the plucking. You only managed to get one. And actually, you watch as kind of you grab one with one hand, rip it out. As you reach for the other, you watch as it flees from the shaking. Ruby, you are able to quickly nab a couple up with that check. Got a couple in your bag. Like you watch as one of the ones you were in for vanishes and pop back up on a wall.
Everyone, I think there's a problem here. I think there's a creature. It's shaking the ground.
Wait, the worm's
Must
back.
be that worm.
I don't. It might be the worm. I think we're gonna.
I think we
I'm gonna
need to
start
figure
flying
out if
back.
it's a worm.
I start to fly back. Yeah.
It's
All
fine.
of you hear a voice. Beautiful, aren't they?
The worm can talk.
Do you recognize the voice at all?
It is not
Yeah.
a voice you've heard before.
Okay.
Yes, quite
Is it a
beautiful.
They are some of my favorite creatures here. They're kind. They use their vast, interconnected root system to talk to each other, sensing the footfalls of predators and warning each other so that they may, as a collective, survive. You watch as Alok, that mushroom that popped back up on the wall, you see that on that wall, a face phases out of the stone. First, an outline like a sculpture emerging from marble, and then the details. You see a smooth, bald head, a sharp, aquiline nose, high cheekbones, deeply set eyes. They are a striking visage, beautiful and austere all at once, with with full lips and a narrow jaw that accentuates their quiet smile. Yeah, these eyes like gemstones shattered and then pieced back together. You are travelers here.
Yes. We're just making our way.
We don't normally see those upon the bats down here in the lower caverns.
There's a giant worm sort of blocking our path, so, we had to take a detour.
You see, they look up and they say, "Yes, I sensed her as well. She is sleeping. She's had a lot to eat lately."
Oh, that's good. Right?
That was weirdly ominous.
Depends on whose perspective you're thinking about. From the perspective of the worm, it is good. From the perspective of that which it has eaten, perhaps not so much.
How do
You
know how
see,
much worm
yeah,
it is?
how much the worm is
How do you
eaten.
know- Yeah.
Yeah, you see this humanoid kind of like flow. You see their arm flows out from the wall, like the shy cap, like on its finger, growing contentedly. It's like its mycorrhizae, like its root system, like trails out from the hand, and this complex network like fizzles and glows like a neuron, like alighting with thought. You see they kind of step out, and you sit there a being fully made of stone, covered in parts with like different like the various like plants, hardy plants that can kind of survive down here. They're an earth genasi, but one perhaps unlike you've seen before. They seem very uniquely adapted to the Underdark specifically. You see, they say, "The worm has eaten many of those fleeing from Rasad." That's this city right here.
Oh. Why would so many be fleeing Rasad?
The caverns these days are uneasy. The things that dwell within them even more so. The rumblings from above, the movings of the earth, have disturbed the balance here. I suppose you must know about the choosing.
Yeah?
I hear talk, vibrations that echo through the stone. They believe that, one by one, all of those above ground cities will eventually fall to the quakes.
Well, one of them already sort of fell to explosions, so I wouldn't be shocked if earthquakes caused from explosions counts. You know?
Explosions?
Well, like
Out of character?
they set off detonations where we were previously, and then the whole place was just destroyed, right?
Wasn't it the entrances?
They were just blockading
exits?
entrances at the time, or I guess exits.
Yeah, and
They were
then,
blockading the caverns leading towards Yassar.
yeah, and then something went wrong, and then everything died, right?
Right. There was
I'm
like
not
another group that came in too early, right? And like
Yeah, the
Or
cause of the
something.
quake was Beta dying.
Oh,
oh.
The Chosen dying is what causes the quakes.
I did not catch that part.
No, that
Okay, never mind, no explosives, just the chosen dying. Never mind.
Yeah, so so the reason why Toro was destroyed to such an extent is that Beta died long before the choosing officially even began, and the earlier you are taken out, the worse your punishment is. And the really, really bad punishment is your entire like city being destroyed, your clan being punished for its weakness, essentially.
Oh.
So Beta dying, and presumably the representative of Bronos dying led to the same fate.
Okay.
That's why earthquakes ravaged that place as well. You see, they say, forgive my manners. It's been some time since I spoke to any other humanoids. My name is Ro. R-H-O, like the Greek letter.
Ro.
I come only to warn you. The path ahead has become more dangerous than it has been in times of past. There are many people fleeing from Rasad to Mayara, and many things attracted by that fleeing.
That's... How long
You
will
know.
the worm take to travel its full length?
It is slumbering at the moment. It will take quite some time for it to fully pass, at least a few hours, unless something were to wake it up along the way.
Huh, okay. So, like... Like, Ro, I don't know if you catch it, but, like, you're giving off some very ominous vibes with that last sentence. Just letting you know, my guy.
Forgive
It's just
me.
that they mostly talk to shrooms.
This
Kinda
is
gets to
true.
you after a while.
Also, I'm sorry, are we really, like, damaging the ecosystem from collecting mushrooms?
Not necessarily. You haven't taken too many.
Okay, who has the amount they have right now? We'll call it there.
I will say for sure Alok got the most. I'm gonna say Alok nabbed like 6. I will say Scruffles. Fields didn't get 1. Scruffles got like 2. And I would say Ruby probably got like 4 with the thaumaturgy play. And Suma's been chilling. So you have like
Yeah.
12 in total.
I'm not even gonna make my money back. Give me Aylock. You get 30 gold.
Oh, it's fine. I just did it for fun.
Alright, I'll take
Uh,
it.
you see, they say, pardon me, I did not mean to intrude.
No,
Part of my
very
manners
nice.
as well. I am not very used to company.
No, we really
You know.
appreciate it. It's hey, question, because like I saw that you came from Stone, and Ruby keeps on talking about that she can do it, but she's never done it once.
I
Is
don't think
that
she can do it.
I'm pretty sure she said like I can melt into stone, but like it's just never really come to fruition.
The opportunity has never arisen.
So I'm
Okay,
just
it
like,
is-
We've actually been around Stone for quite a long time.
yeah,
Recently. Yeah, it's
we've been
actually
sort
we've
of
had a lot of
surrounded.
opportunities.
There are
Yeah.
certainly magics that can allow for a similar effect, but none so powerful as perhaps my own natural conditions of birth. I can move through stone as if it were air,
Oh,
the likes of you.
that's
Naturally like
extremely
that.
you.
What race are they?
Earth.
They are on the outside an Earth Genasi, but
Gotcha.
the everything about them would suggest that there's more going on here. But you would identify them as an Earth Genasi without knowing anything further.
Gotcha.
Well, I only wish to give a word of warning, and perhaps if you are kind souls, I would ask that you take care of those in their pilgrimage.
It would be
Enough of them have died.
it would be extremely easier for us to protect them if we had like, companionship on the journey. You seem to know your way around here.
Also, I mean, you were just saying it depends on what perspective we're looking at things from. So if we were to save people, wouldn't the purple worms starve? So what do you really want us to do?
Those that call the Underdark their home, the humanoids, they also have their role to play. Some amount of death is acceptable. Some risk tipping the balance, and nature is predicated upon balance. As you see they walk, and when they walk, the shy caps do not retreat. I am one with the things in the Underdark. They do not flee me, for they know I will never do them harm. Even the hook horrors and the ropers and that which you call the purple worm. I refuse to harm them. They are as part of this place as the people I would like you to protect.
You have much going on in your personal life?
I mostly talk to bugs and mushrooms and
Okay,
stuff.
yeah.
It's a good time.
Well, if you're willing to give information and try to make sure the balance isn't to upset any further, I would like to ask again, can you guide us?
For a time. Actually, give me a persuasion check.
Alright. Come on, high roll.
Ooh, and a 23. I must admit that I was intrigued. I heard voices, and yet I did not sense footfalls upon the earth. I have not spent much time with these bats. I would like to travel with them for a time. So I consent to this. How would you like to be guided?
Well, first we have to decide which bat you should be on. I feel like Suma's a bit lonely. You should go on Suma's, probably.
Pretty light. I think you'll fit just nicely.
All right then. You are very bright.
Yes, perhaps shinier than most things down here.
It's a welcome delight. I used to live in a place with much more light than this. And you see that Ro climbs upon Reginald. Oh, but hello there! I'm Reginald! And Ro goes, just strokes the back of Reginald and goes, there is no need for facades here, Reginald. You are loved as you are. And this was like a communing
Wow,
with
you saw
nature
him
thing.
fast. You saw through him faster than I did. You must really be in tune with nature down here.
Yes, so this like stone earth druid basically is going to be traveling with you for a little bit. Where would you like to go? Where would you like for Ro to guide you?
Purple worm.
Yeah, I mean, there's an easy way
Maybe
to
he
get
can
to that.
talk to it and be like, "Hey, you want to join the crew?"
Hey, everyone, just checking in. We shouldn't go back to the purple.
Well, he said something might attack it, and I think we need to be that something. It just felt like it was right.
Curious.
I'm worried
I-
if we bisect the purple worm, does that make two
Oh my
purple
God.
worms?
Ooh.
That's
Ooh,
just
good
two more
question.
issues.
That's true. That would be cool, though.
You have to
Oh,
burn the
okay,
edges.
yes, Alok, it would be cool. And then there'd be the issue of two of them. So, you know, give and take. It's a Hydra.
It's a Hydra.
Yeah, okay, let's
It's a
let's
false
just
Hydra.
take us to Mayara. And any neat sightseeing areas. You know, I'm gonna be honest. So far, haven't seen too many great sights in Palea. We spent the most time in a swamp.
Told you guys we shouldn't come here.
Look, I thought that was sort of something just everyone says. I was so vastly wrong.
My home is volcano.
We haven't even gotten to see a volcano. At least that would, you know, change things up. It's been caves and swamps. Is this Palea?
Okay, so you with Ro on board. I think Sumi, you had something right before. I think it drifted away. But did you want to do something else?
Oh, I just wanted to ask Ro as we fly on the way, if they knew anything about what kind of creatures or disturbances were plaguing the refugees.
Yeah, you see, they say there are certain creatures in the Underdark which are normally confined to certain corners. Some of them are now roaming free. It is a distressful thing. It disrupts the balance. Closed ecosystems being opened up allowing invasive species to enter into pockets which they do not belong. That sort of thing.
See.
Mostly, they are things which are extremely sensitive to rumblings, movements through the earth, things that burrow and dig.
Well, we haven't encountered that so much, but hopefully on the bats we'll not make too much of a rumble.
Yeah, with that high persuasion check, Gallet, you have persuaded Ro to join you for the time being. And every now and then, you see Ro asks you, Suma, to kind of pause by a stalactite, and they kind of put a hand on it and kind of feel out the tunnel, and advises you to take certain turns to avoid certain unsavory characters, and kind of guides you a little bit further. At a certain point, Ro abruptly grips your shoulder, Suma, and tells you to stop.
I'll stop.
This is as far as I will take you. You are near now to a place called the Triple Cross. And I think give me a history check with advantage. Just give me a straight roll history check.
Ooh, that's
Wow.
nice. That's
He's
nice.
That's yummy. Wait, I want to use my portent. This is a
Okay,
stupid thing to use
okay,
on, but
portent
it's an
that.
18
Okay, yeah.
then.
The Triple
Okay, it's
Cross,
an 18.
a noted peaceful area.
On the Triple Cross is a cavern in between, at the kind of like the triple intersection of Rasad, Mayara, and Yasar. So there's like a place where like the tunnels kind of converge into one spot that would allow you kind of like turn left, takes you straight to Rasad, turn right, straight to Mayara, go south, you're going straight to Yasar. It's kind of like a convergence of these like different tunnel systems that end in one large cavern. And you know that in times long ago, there used to be a temple there. But in Mayara's first invasion of Rasad, it was destroyed and razed to the ground. It is no longer there. The cavern is barren. But it is kind of like a landmark that people often use to know like how far they are to the next location. Like a common place where like every time you travel from Rasad to Mayara, you pass through this, so you can always kind of orient yourself based on the location of this cavern.
Got it.
Wait, there was a Mayara attacked with Sahad?
Do you
Suma,
remember
history
when-
lesson.
Do you remember when Zisha was telling us about all that? Or were you awake? I think maybe we were on watch. But there was a war between the cities long ago.
That's pretty big info. Like, you know, that would give me some, like, why? Just like, is it normal conquest? Or is it racial?
Well, I don't know if I know why.
I will say Zisha would have told you it was conquest. Mayara has been trying to expand its influence. It often uses its pull. It's one of the richer cities, as they're snootier, they're richer, more elitist than the other Underdark cities, and often tries to flex this influence and on the other cities. And sometimes the cities comply as best as they can, and sometimes they try to push back, and Mayara tries to take it by force. Rasad successfully had deflected these invasions on some occasions, but the last one was pretty final. It is essentially an offshoot of Mayara at this point. Like the government there is kind of like basically has been instituted by Mayara's government.
I say, but
How long ago did this happen? Like, many, many years ago, correct? Like, probably hundreds.
Less than 100, maybe like
Yeah.
80 or so.
yeah, a couple decades.
So you would have seen Prasad before this happened?
No, I wouldn't have.
Oh.
Zisha would have, but I assume she would have at some point when she was younger, but I first came to the Underdark in, 18, 17 something years ago?
You see that Ro says, "It is a place of grave loss and great anger, it is unsuitable for one such as me to travel through. But I have enjoyed this journey.
Thank you for your help. We really appreciate it.
You see that Ro takes the shy cap that has been on their hand this entire time, waves a hand over it, and it grows to like quadruple its size.
Ooh.
Oh.
They kind of pluck it up and they hand it to you, and they say, I heard talk of a contest. Perhaps whatever you wish to use these for, this will come in handy. You would imagine that a shy cap of this size would net a far higher price than this much smaller ones that you were nabbing earlier.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's giant shy. That's gonna help a whole lot. Yeah.
Cool.
Do you have any advice as we were passing through these tunnels to, maybe not have scary things attack us?
I would advise keeping on guard at all times, and I would advise, as much as you can, to stay upon your bats. They are less likely to sense you this way. Also, there is a certain type of creature that has been unleashed upon these parts. I would not look it in the eyes. It has the ability to cause madness.
Oh. Well, good
Good
thing I'm
to
basically
know.
blind down here. That sort of works out in my favor. Maybe I should just turn off my light. I'll just turn off my drift globe.
You see Ro goes, I wish you the best of luck.
Before
Travelers.
you go, Ro, just as thanks, and I'll give him like a bottle of pitch. I don't have much to spare at the moment, but there should be more people in the world like you.
They hold it
Here.
in their hands for a second, and they say, I have never been much for alcohol, but I understand this is a token of gratitude. And the amount that I remember of politeness and civilization, it would be rude to deny it. Thank you.
Can still be used to treat wounds, probably.
You see, they say, they take a piece of themselves. Like a small, kind of like a little stone comes out of their palm. It's like an oval shaped stone. It kind of comes naturally as if they were just shedding skin, and you see there's a strange symbol engraved upon it. And they hand it to you. It doesn't seem magical at all. It just seems like a token of something. You see, they say, if you are ever in Aelia, although I suppose it's not called that anymore, this may grant you some favors there. And you see, before you can ask them any further questions, they lean back on Reginald, kind of swan dive off the bat, and just melt into the stone below without an impact.
Not fair.
He did that on purpose. They did that on purpose.
For sure. He wanted to
Yeah,
step
spelled
on
this
us.
way.
Aelia. Can I make a history check to see if I know what that is?
Sure, go for it.
Aelia.
Anybody can.
I'll assist, so it's not disadvantage.
Damn. Oh my god.
That's two nat one history checks in a row.
Ooh, please,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. Ruby, as you search back into your memory, you feel something stirring in your heart at the sound of that name. You feel storm clouds rumbling inside of you. You feel thunder in your bones. The name does not stir your memory. It stirs the memory of Priscilla. Something pings, something is struck in your connection with your goddess. It rings at the sound of that name. It is for what you can tell, a name of a place that would have more meaning to a being like Priscilla than it would to any mortal at the moment. If you would like, you can give me a just give me a wisdom check and add your proficiency bonus to see if you can pull upon that connection with Priscilla to ask more about this.
Wisdom check +3.
Oh shit. Okay. So on a dirty 20, you reach back, all of you kind of look at Ruby, and you watch as like in the damp air of this underdark tunnel, clouds begin to kind of like materialize around her. You watch as tiny sparks of lightning light up the cave in flashes. As Ruby, you dig into this connection with Priscilla and you ask of her this question. And you kind of you feel this more than you hear it, but the words kind of come to you. One second. It is a name that is no longer spoken.
Ooh.
It is the name of the land that you now call Terai.
Did everyone else hear this, or
Only you hear this. Only you
Okay.
hear this. You hear it in the language of storm. You hear it. You translate it from the beating of thunder inside of your own heart.
I relay this to the group? Is this anything to you guys?
That's crazy. You can speak thunder?
I'm not fluent. I I took a course a long time ago.
She's got that Duolingo.
Yeah, she got...
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That honestly more impressive than the whole Alia thing. But yeah, that's okay. So in Terai, hey, can you, Gino? Can you bring up the map? I don't know where Terai is.
For sure.
Well, we do know that
Oh,
Terai
okay.
was
Gambling.
not always a desert. It had a goddess once, didn't it? Who disappeared, and maybe I don't know how long ago that was, but maybe that had something to do with the switch.
Well, I guess we'll save this token for when we go to Rai.
It'll be a
So
little
intrigued
while,
here.
but
Okay.
Oh,
So, you guys finish up that discussion. Ro having left you now, you continue on until you finally enter the Triple Cross. You come into this large cavern where these three tunnels converge. It is bleak and barren, with nary a stalagmite nor a crevice anywhere in sight. Here and there, you see gouges carved into the stone, like blades have fallen heavy on the ground here, spattering the dirt with blood that has long since dried and dissipated, littering the space with bodies that have long since returned to the earth. As you fly closer to the center of this tavern, Gallet and Suma, you feel an incredibly powerful pull. Ruby, you feel a small tug, and Alok, you feel an incredibly tiny one. It's a stirring, a visceral bubbling in your gut that feels hot and immense and twisted and beautiful all at once. You feel it pulling you into the center, the back center of the cavern, with a steady, consistent pull. It's not overwhelming or all-powerful. You could resist it if you so chose. But something wants you to go and do something. It's hard to tell what.
Hey guys, want to just like investigate the back part?
Oh, I do not. I feel bad about that.
What?
You feel that, right?
Okay, so we're all feeling something.
Feels something small, vague.
I think I gotta check it out. I don't think I can ignore this.
Yes, you can. It's not that
I
bad.
Oh.
feel it too, Gallup, but be careful. I don't
Okay.
know, something about the creatures that Ro was telling us about gives me a bad feeling.
Yeah, give me a second. Let me see if there's something that needs to be known. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, that is super unfortunate. Fields does not see in the dark. Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, so unfortunate, but I can't ignore it, but I know I should be safe. If you guys give me like a couple of minutes, I can summon more familiars and have them check it out for me.
I think it's worth the wait.
Yeah, I'll spend the time required to cast the many familiar. Come from my sweat.
Okay.
Oh, and it's at a higher level now. So I think I get one more.
Oh, oh boy!
More to worry!
We love that.
Alright.
We love to see that.
Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it. Let me just check who has the, who can
This is
see
why I
in the
drink.
dark. Dark vision and, dark vision. Alright, so half and half Quasar Imp.
Okay.
And,
You
no,
send
the
You
boys.
send the closets and the imps to fly out. They find nothing. Eh, nothing here, boss.
Ah. Nothing over there? Really nothing.
Nah. I
Well,
mean,
do you
I
guys-
don't really feel anything.
I look
Okay.
through his eyes. Do I see anything?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
They don't feel the
It's safe.
stirring, right? Do they feel
They
the
do
stirring?
not. They do not feel a stirring, and they will report this to you.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I'll just fly over. It's good, guys.
Uh,
Do I?
maybe
Screaming
close
in
your
my
eyes.
mind.
Does it feel
Close
stronger
your
once
eyes.
I get closer?
Just in case.
As you fly closer, Gallet, and nobody makes a move to stop Gallet, right?
No.
I just want to close my eyes.
I
Okay, you
face
close your
palm to close my eyes.
Gallet, you fly closer in,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear, "Why, Captain Abate,
Oh no.
how nice of you to come by."
I have no light,
You
by the
s-
way. Just letting you know.
Yeah, you hear in the darkness Aramis's voice.
Oof.
There's no way you're actually here.
You all look around. Suma, Ruby, Alok. Gallet flies forward a little bit. And then you see Scruffles and Gallet, and then you just see Scruffles. Scruffles
my
flies
God.
through the center of this cavern without Gallet. Gallet, you find yourself suddenly standing in the middle on the floor. But it doesn't strike you as odd that Scruffles is no longer here.
That's about right.
You do hear Aramis, though. Did you miss me, Captain?
I would have been happy to spend my entire life without hearing your voice again.
So cruel. What did I ever do to you?
It's just who you are. Also,
Do
I
you-
mean, you weren't exactly great to me, let's be honest. Like, it wasn't the best.
Do you hate me, Gallet?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
How much?
You're the person I hate the most. Well, you're the second most. So that's high up there.
And who would be the first?
I don't think you get to know.
No?
Come out and maybe after I'm done whooping you, I'll let you know.
You see a flash of golden light. Aramis steps out of the darkness. And you watch his smile curls on his face. And you watch as his body twists and morphs. He grows taller. His hair elongates into the sky. All of a sudden, you feel as if water has entered the cavern. You are breathing just fine.
How does
You
my...
hear another voice. Is
Oh.
it me, Gallet? Am I the one you hate the most?
Is it who I think it is?
It's Calypso, yes.
Oh, okay. Huh. And no, she can definitely tell it's not actually her.
I will say, DM to player, who would be the person that Gallet hates the most? You can whisper it to me. Oh, I
Man.
think I know, actually. But yeah.
There's two answers to this question. One that he would be easier saying, and the other one that he feels in his guts. The one that he feels in his guts is his mother.
You watch as the form of Calypso transforms once more into the form of Gallet's mother. She says, "Oh, honey, it's me?"
What is this?
It's what you wanted. You see she holds up a candlelight. Orange incandescent flickers across her face. It is who you think it is, or at least it looks a lot like her. She steps closer to you, reaches a hand out
I
just
step
to
back
touch your hair.
immediately. Nah, mm-mm.
Oh, that's a visceral reaction. Kind of holds the light closer to you to get a better look. Do you want to hurt her, Gallet?
Yeah. I don't know who this is. I don't know what's exactly I'm realizing now that this is probably wildly a bad idea to even be here. Guys?
How bad do you want to hurt her?
I have a lot more to do than hurt her. I don't want to see her. But if she,
You don't want to see
if
her?
something bad happened to her, I wouldn't say no.
That's not as fun. You see the face of your mother looks disappointed, and the arm holding the candlelight kind of like slumps down, and she says, "I thought you'd be more fun."
Do you want to know who I want to hurt?
Who is that?
Well, you can bring back Aramis and we can give that a shot.
You said he was second best. I don't settle for second best.
Then what
She
do
steps
you...
closer.
Oh.
She steps closer so fast, almost like she blurs in front of you. She says, "Real hatred is visceral. You can't choose it. It doesn't come second. It doesn't come first. You can't do other things. You have to feel it in your gut. You can't say no to it. You disappoint me. I thought you'd be angrier. Maybe your friend would be better."
Oh, no. I immediately, I go for a dagger and I try to stab.
You see it passes straight through your mother's face. Where would you stab? Would you stab for the heart or the face?
No, we've been talking about guts. I'm going to try to, tear it up.
You do that. You see blood comes down. She says, "Now that's much better."
And then I use the sending stone to try to sending towards Alok. Get everyone back from here. This isn't... I don't know what's happening. This is bad.
You feel Alok. You hear nothing.
Oh, okay.
She says, "You've spent so long asking about me, looking for me, and now a messenger comes to greet you, and you want to run away?"
Are you... So this is... You work for Lul? Lol?
Something like that.
I'm gonna be honest. I would have preferred Lulth, but I guess I gotta work up higher to get there. I have a lot of people I want to pay, but I was hoping for a joint cooperation more than anything else.
Cooperation is not really our style.
Even if you're getting your revenge?
My revenge will be done eventually,
Will it?
but I want it to come in a fun way. I don't want it to be boring. I want... You see her eye flickers? You come out of this space.
Run! Guys, get back! I yell
And
immediately.
you watch as... And you look. Ruby, you respond. Alok, you respond. Suma's not there anymore.
God dang it!
Ah!
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
don't take me away.
Suma, you look up and you see, leaning against the wall, your eyes cutting through the dark vision, the figure of Yeska.
Oh, what is happening?
Don't
It's
be
not
so
really
alarmed.
you.
Of course it is. You think I would not have an eye upon your position at all times? I know you went to see Portia. I knew you were coming to investigate the different goings-on of my former organization. And I know you're looking for your little girl and probably won't stop until you find me and her.
Can I make an insight check just to see, like, because, like, out of character, I know that it's not her, or I
Yeah.
assume it's not, but, like, I don't know if Suma would assume that, so I just want to make an insight check to see what.
Go for it.
Oh, 4? It's for sure her.
That's Yeska!
That's her,
for sure
alright.
Yeska.
Oh, fuck.
This is totally up her ballpark. Up her...
I mean,
whatever.
to be fair,
Alley.
it's not, yeah, so I think he just strides up close to her, probably has a hand on his sword and just says, "Where is she?"
She's having a good time. I've been teaching her well.
I'm sure you have.
Although she does need a father. Being a single mom is hard work.
You would know, wouldn't you?
You hear Ares in your ear. Kill her. This is no time for talk. Kill her.
I assume you've come to me for a reason. Not just to gloat, although that does seem to be your style. So what?
I only wish to say that, well, to pass on a message. Suli says that she's very happy now, and would much rather not return to the life she led with you. She's being schooled by a proper teacher now. She is excelling in all her studies, I may add. She is becoming much more deadly than she ever could have under your supervision, so she has asked for you to leave her alone.
You realize that's not something to be proud of, right? And you also realize that I know what you did. I know that it's not her. It's her, but it's not her.
It's all she will ever be from now on. You may as well get used to the fact. You have a keen mind. It hurts to see it so clouded by delusion.
I know my own mind. Thank you.
She steps forward to you. Do you think Suma would be able to resist hitting her?
I think he would, unless the helm, like, got too strong.
I will leave this up to you. I'm not gonna force Suma to do anything. this is just a situation. I think that the Helm of Ares continues to whisper and
Mhm.
scream in Suma's ear. I think Yeska gets closer, keeps talking, and I think it's Suma's choice to strike or
I
not to strike.
think
I'll leave that to you.
yeah, unless he is compelled, then I don't think he would. So I think his like hand definitely tightens around the hilt, but he just lets her get as close as she dares to come and keeps making eye contact with her.
You see Yeska's face falls. She says, "You're boring too. Both of you are boring. And the other two don't even hate people that much." And you feel Alok and Ruby.
I was hoping for something here, but nah, you guys suck.
They have some small grudges. One of them's a pacifist. It's really boring. I thought we might have some fun together, but I guess you're on your own.
Now hang on a minute.
Yeska
Who are you,
begins to
then?
walk away. She looks back over her shoulder. No one of consequence. Not to you, anyway. Just more fun people to play with.
Get on with it, then.
And she vanishes. Light returns, vision returns, Suma returns. You are all standing there in the middle of the cavern. Or upon your Yumbats. No one is harmed. No one is hurt in any way. You're all back. Whatever that vision was, wherever it came from, it is now at least not dealing with you at the moment.
Sima, are you okay?
I'm fine. Did you meet that creepy lady?
Yes, the follower of Lolth.
Is that what she was? She didn't tell me that.
I was
Didn't get much out of her, honestly.
Yeah, seems like she's just checking in on us, making sure we didn't need anything. Did you see someone?
She appeared to me as Yeska.
Alright.
I assume follower of Lotha has something to do with desire for vengeance.
Is there Gino, you said there was a church near here?
There once was a temple here,
There
but it was
was.
razed to the ground.
Can I try to find where it was raised?
I think you know intimately
Okay.
after that experience, where you were transported, where you are standing currently, is where that temple once stood. You would imagine it once was a temple to Lolth.
This doesn't change anything. Alright, everyone's ready? Let's just leave.
Wait, so what just happened?
One of Lolth's servants, they came up, just checked in on us, and that's it.
That's it? You guys disappeared for like a few minutes and that's it?
Well, I don't know what
Guess
happened
so.
for you, Gallet, but for me, she appeared as, I assume, taking the guise of someone who I would want vengeance on. um, but she seemed disappointed that, I don't know exactly what she was disappointed about, but I didn't please her, apparently. Did you, Gallet?
Let's get a little bit away from here. We can stop and I can talk. I don't want to do it near her right now. Feels like a form of petty revenge against her in a way.
Might like that. But
Alright. Let's
continue.
As you say that, Gallet, you feel the slight scuttling of a spider up your neck that vanishes.
I'm not done with you. Especially not after that. And we'll fly.
Okay. You fly along up to the sky. You see another place where you could travel safely through the mail tunnels, the carrier tunnels for the bats. You have traveled a distance away from the worm now, and imagine you've passed where it was blockading. Would you like to go high? Would you like to go low?
High would probably just be smartest.
Sounds good.
Okay. You take the high road as far as it goes until eventually it ends not in a wall but in a swoop down as you arrive at the front gates of Mayara. You all in single file descend downwards and you see a huge queue of people, mainly drow, but you do spot some of the pale blue-tinged dwarves, kind of like Ivory from Yasar, and even some surface folk lined up, chatting in huddled groups, waiting impatiently in this giant line. Many of them are leaned against the walls, attempting to trance or to sleep while the line kind of moves along, being woken or interrupted at paces by the slow shuffling of the masses' feet. You see that these drow guards in pristine, shining purple armor with these large, imposing halberds usher them along, shooting glares at anybody who gets a little too rowdy or who complains a little too loud. At the far end of the queue, way down in the distance, you see a massive adamantium gate that seals the tunnel completely. Every now and again, it opens with a creak, and 1 or 2 travelers are let in at a time. As you swoop near with your yumbats, one of the guards calls out to you. Halt there! There are no beasts allowed in the city, not without a license.
Emma?
Okay, I'll sort of swoop and dismount in front of that guard. How would we acquire a license for them?
Well, you would first you would need to be let into the city proper, which, as you can see by the state of things, is quite unlikely. And then once you are there, you need to apply for a license to carry one of those eyesores into our fine city. And then after roughly probably a 1 or 2 month waiting period, you would get a trial with the beast. And then after the trial, another 6 weeks judicial period for the tribunal in order to determine whether or not the beast should be allowed into the council, into the city proper, and then you may be given a license. And after you get your license, I believe you need to get it minted at the minting office in order to make sure it is of a sheen that is resplendent enough to match the fine grandeur of our city. And after that, then you would be allowed to take in your beast. Was that clear?
Truly. I will choose to ignore everything you just said and present you with this. And I'll bring out my letter that Zisha wrote for me. Will this do for at least getting into the city?
You see, says, what is this now?
Can you read?
It is in an envelope. It is closed. I do not open letters from strangers.
Very well. I will unseal the letter and display it. And I'll hand it to him. I'm not being that stinky. I'm being a little stinky, but not that.
You see, he says, I see. You seem to be spoken for by one. Oh, I see. Well, I am not trained in the proper calculus necessary for determining who it is gets into the city and who doesn't get into the city. So, you will have to take this to the front, and in order to get to the front, you will have to wait in line. Is that understood?
How long did the queue take?
You see, he looks at one of the people. You there? How long have you been here? 6 hours, sir. And how long has the line moved since then? Couple yards, sir. There you go.
Allow me to confer with my companions. I'll take that back, thank you.
Yeah, you take that back, return to your companions. You see that these are the snootiest fucking guards you've ever seen in your entire life. and that the people here are like kind of like shivering in the cold. They don't look well off, and in fact, kind of as you kind of like move back, I guess everybody give me like a perception check or an insight check on kind of the crowd and what's going on right now to get a sense of like what the vibe is here.
I'm busy dealing with this.
Tough.
Turd.
Tough. Do you have disadvantage, Gallant?
I gave it to myself. I am not in a good headspace right now.
You guys are all focused on your own shit and not really looking at the crowd. You're just kind of just discussing amongst yourselves.
All right.
That's crazy. It's such a narrow range.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to do here. Do you feel like we should try waiting, or I might be able to charm my way in a little bit, but
Bribery goes a long way.
If we thought there was
Could
an
you-
easy way to sneak, if I could try to sneak my way up to the front or something, and I could give the letter.
Perhaps Suma could seduce the person waiting at the head of the line. I feel like that would be.
I could do
Are there
that.
any bushes
or...
up there?
I love you. All right.
Is that the plan? Is that what you're going with?
Wait.
Ruby did not even have to persuade too much. She just said seduce to him, was like, well, fuck, I guess.
We didn't even have time to like review our options. You just sort of went for it, huh?
Oh god, the cod piece is out already. Look at him go.
Someone didn't even hear his name, he just knew.
Don't make me
All right,
sing.
give me that.
Don't
back.
make me
take
sing.
the letter. I take the letter and I put on my best noble's walk and I walk to the front of the line. This is stupid. I hate this.
Is perfect.
You attempt to walk to the front of the line, and you are people immediately start going, "Hey, what are you doing? Hey, there's a line for a reason. We all want shelter."
I ignore them.
Go ahead. Actually. And you're just stopping in the front. So you put on your best noble's walk, and you're walking through. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to help? I could be like the posse, be like,
Hey,
"Hey,
be my bodyguard.
make way for."
Is this like a tunnel or is it like an open cavern?
It's like a tunnel, but it's wide enough to accommodate like kind of a crowd of people who are like kind of funneling through. Okay.
This is the least Suma thing I've ever done.
Suma, what is your base AC without all the Bladesinger bullshit?
14.
On a 14, somebody in the crowd grabs you by the shoulder and just decks you across the face. You are dealt.
What?
3 damage, 3 bludgeoning damage from a guy going, "Hey, no cutting in line! Boom! What do you think you're doing?" Yeah, Ruby, you can definitely kind of try to strike back at this guy, but like,
Can I
you get,
reach out to Ruby's arm to be like, no, it's okay. I don't know if that stops you, but
yeah, Ruby, would that stop you?
I would just look at her. I would look at him and be like, "Are you sure?"
yeah, I sort of just put my hand to my face and rub it a little bit, but I'm like, not cutting to the front of the line, just wish to have a word.
Oh, so you're moving up to the front of the line to have a word with the people who we're all having to have a word with, who the line has been built so that we can get to have a word with them? What, you think just because you're somebody fancy, you can just cut in front of all of us? We've been waiting here for hours.
If I'm not back in 20 minutes, you can come to the front of the line and punch me again yourself, if that pleases you.
Oh, this is some fucking bullshit. And you see a hand just clasps on this guy's shoulder. Turns around, there's a guard there. He just glares down at him, says, "Is there trouble here?" Guy goes, "Fucking no. It's fine." And you see he looks up at you, Suma, the drow guard, and now that you've taken on this air of nobility, and you have like a bodyguard with you, he looks at you, Ruby, and you're like, she looks tough. Probably costs a lot of coin to hire muscle like that. Guard goes, "Where are you headed, sir?"
Simply wish to have a word with whoever is in charge of letting people through the gate.
You are aware that this entire line is meant for appeals to get into the city. If your aim is to get up there and plead your case, that would in fact be kind of against the spirit of what we got going on here. Where are you from? You seem to have some noble airs.
Well, where I come from today and where I come from originally are different. But for the purposes of what you're asking, I am an emissary from Yasar.
A sun elf, emissary of Visar.
You've not heard the rumors then? You'd be the first.
No, personally haven't. I tend to stick my nose out of businesses of cities.
You got there. I got you.
Right. You see, he says, and this is your servant? Looks at Ruby. This is your servant?
I would not call her a servant, but she's
What is she,
my
maid?
accomplice. You can certainly call her that and see where it gets you.
Looks over at Ruby. Too muscly to be a maid. You see, he looks around, and he goes, come here for a second. Pulls you aside, both of you, and says, if you are who you say you are, prove it.
I'll pull out the letter again. I tried to show this to a numpty at the back of the line, but
I didn't mean with words.
Hmm.
One thing talks in Mayara, and if yes, Gallet.
Oh no.
You're-
Just like I'm seeing that Suma's having a lot, and it seems like a lot of issues just trying to walk down the line, especially now. Question: is my find familiar spell, is it still active or is it dead? Like the many familiars, I should specify.
I will say they're on their way out, but they're still around.
All right. Well, they lock. It seems like Suma's gonna need a little bit of help. You know
Seems
anything?
so.
Yeah. I don't think this is working for Suma, so we're gonna have to do something about it. So just follow my lead, and the familiars, they from like we're at the back of the line, right?
Yeah, you're the way back of the line.
So like 20 feet away, the familiars pop in, and I also cast Major Image.
Okay.
And the major image is just straight up like a 20-foot hook horror. And I command all of my quasits and imps in the hook horror all to screech. And I yell, attack! Get in the wall!
Okay.
Seriously, I was actually just thinking of this, but I was like, I can't do anything. I'm A-Lock. So I'm happy you did.
The hook horror is farther back.
Okay. Suma, you see the guard next to you immediately turns, takes his halberd out, and then sprints towards the hook horror. You see the ability to say, citizens, or not citizens, citizens and travelers, please scatter. This is the duty of the guard of Mayara. And they begin to attempt to combat this hook horror. This is not real. So they will very quickly figure out that, this is not real the moment their blades cut through it. Suma and Ruby, you have a very small window to act. What do you do?
oh god. Are the guards who were like at the front of the line, like nearest to the door, did they like go to try to fight this thing as well?
It's a pretty long line. So I wouldn't say that the people all the way at the front would have responded by now. They may just now be noticing that there's a commotion.
I see.
So would Gallup be able to like make the image look like it's dodging the attacks?
Gallet, give me a deception check.
Alright. And also, just letting you know, the imps and the quasits are real, and they are ahead of it.
Right. It's just they're gonna try to swing at the hook horror, and once they see that it doesn't pass through,
Yeah.
it will only be a matter of time before they realize it's an illusion.
Yeah. And letting you know, the Quasits and the Imps, they aren't going for lethal damage, but they're gonna start punching the people in the line. So, like, I'm making sure that the people in the line move forward.
Okay, so let me. Okay, here's the picture.
Okay.
Suma and Ruby about like a quarter of the way up the line. The guard has just left them. They're looking down at this tunnel at this massive hook horror who's like swinging at civilians, and then the Quasits are like clawing at them non-lethally. These poor refugees who came here trying to get into a city that would maybe be safer for them are being assaulted and scared, frightened of their lives by this massive monstrosity. Guards are like pushing and shoving people out of the way. Get out of the way! We will slay this thing for Mayara! Going
I
after.
have an idea. Can I? This is stupid.
by
Can
the way.
I cast?
Oh my goodness!
Okay.
Get
All
back,
right.
guards! We'll all die!
You see the hook horror is like very nimbly dodging out of the way of like these swings and just like kind of like swinging at them, but doing a good job of like feinting at them so it doesn't actually make contact. The guards are like having to lunge back and kind of like poking at it with their halberds, but not making contact. Suma, what's your move?
What I want to do, and I'll explain it, and maybe you'll tell me how it works. So I
Okay.
want to cast Lightning Bolt at the hook horror, and I want to make eye contact with Gallet to try to like communicate with my eyes to him to like make it look like a dramatic, cool death, so that I look super powerful, so that I can impress the guards. They'll let me in.
If only
That's
you
my
had a
theory.
familiar that could carry a message of some type.
Hey, do I have a message cantrip anymore? I do have message, so
You could also just do that.
I
I
could.
will let you
after-
cast
yeah.
message. Yeah, so you can
Yeah.
cast message now. What do you tell Gallet?
I don't know if there's a word limit on it, but
There isn't, I don't believe. Maybe 100, I
Um,
think.
There isn't one.
There isn't one, right? I think it's
okay.
just as long as you have it up.
Then I'll just I'll tell Gallet I'm gonna try and persuade these guys to think that we're even more powerful than we are. When I give the signal, which you'll know what it is, make the hook horror die in a super dramatic way.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be dramatic, alright.
Good. The more dramatic, the better.
Okay. So you go ahead, you fire a lightning bolt.
Wait, hold
Gallet.
on. When I get
Yeah.
that, I would like to change it up. So like the guards are attacking it, the imps and the Quasits are trying to move people forward in the line, and he's about to cast lightning on it. The 20-foot hook horror jumps back and gets on all fours, and like a maw of it, like what you thought was, I don't remember what the face looked like specifically, but it had a face,
It's like a
right?
beak. It's
Uh,
like a face with a beak.
Instead of it being a normal face, it like tears at four corners at the head and from the
Damn.
from the throat. Oh yeah, perfect. So four corners of that tears away,
Oh,
and
jeez.
from the throat, it's glowing like a mossy blue, as some kind of, it's charging an attack like a beam. And looking back, it's gonna get us. If only there was a
Okay.
hero.
Okay. This the lightning goes into its mouth. Gallet, you just make it explode into chunks, or
Well, no, those chunks aren't real. So instead, the lightning hits the orb that's charging, and there's a temporal distortion from our view, as it like space bends within itself, and just
Okay.
just perfectly eats itself in a small black hole looking thing, and then nothing, just like a little.
I brush some fake dust off my shoulder.
And
You see?
the Quasit and the imps are like, oh my god, our boss is dead! And they all scatter, they leave.
I firebolt like at them, but not actually at them.
yeah. Oh my god! Out loud. And you watch as the crowd. What? Gasp and are agog. You see everybody kind of like You win the crowd over. The
Okay.
masses seem to no longer be upset. You see kind of the guy who punched you earlier for cutting takes his hat off and goes, well, shit.
3 cheers for the wizard!
I'm glad you,
Oh
glad
my
you didn't hit
God.
me back.
I look to the guard who took me aside before and I say, is that proof enough for you?
Okay. You and your servant can come to the front. And Ruby and Suma, you are escorted up to the front of the line. Gallet and Alok, you were all the way at the back of the line. Yeah, I don't know what you got. What's your game plan to get up there?
I thought they were going to sort of just take care of it for us.
Yeah, that doesn't really work for
Hoping
us,
when
huh?
we got to the front that I would manage to convince.
I'm going to just let her. I'm going to let Suma and Ruby take care of this. I did my part. And also, Alok, I'm letting you know, both of our hair is sort of matted and weird because the imps in the closets did pull on our hair a little bit.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So,
yeah, yes, Ruby.
when he says your servant, I'm like, it's Emerald, actually. And I have 2 assistants. They're in the back carrying most of the gear. So, and Lord
Give
Suma-
me a deception check.
Can I aid in that to give you advantage?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
What advantage?
On a 15, you see the guard says, right, servants. Which ones are those?
The ones with the really matted hair.
In the back, the ones that were screaming like children?
Yes. It's, what is your aliases again? Oluk and...
Oluk and Value.
Value
That was the old one.
Yes.
You can make new ones. That was our old stuff.
Nope.
We don't need it.
I guess.
This is Suma and Ruby you're talking about. We're using old.
Okay. I guess
I have so many backed up, but okay, it's fine.
I guess it's just for our previous characters, this is where they are in life now. So our business did not go through, and now we're subjected to being servants.
Yeah,
Really
but
sad.
we're still trying to build ourselves back up.
Yeah.
We're hoping that we learn from
We are
the current
self-started
level.
still.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna be the jump start we need for our second business.
For our business, yeah, we're not done.
Here we go.
Got it. Okay. So you make your way up to the front. You see the guard says send somebody to come grab. You see they say, if you are able to, if you are granted passage by the adjudicators up ahead, we will send word for your servants to be escorted as well. Does that sound appropriate?
That will be sufficient.
Excellent. Wouldn't want rabble to be so far up the line anyways. At least until we get this situation clarified. Walks you up to the front. Meanwhile, we're gonna cut back to Alok and Gallet. You guys have been here for a bit. You hear a voice from behind you. You hear, shit, that was dramatic.
Oh yeah.
You guys good?
Quite. Yeah. Whew, that was scary. Value serious. Nice to meet you. What's your name, sir? That was scary.
Yeah, you turn and you see a very short figure, like halfling size, with like a hood over their head. You can't see much of it because they keep their head bent. Behind them is a massive hulking figure, also hooded, with a large crate strapped to their back. Like it's like instead of having like a cart to pull something, they just like took this thing, strapped it to their back, and are transporting this large cargo thing by themselves. And you see the little one says, yeah, I don't really shake, but great show. That was really cool.
Quite. Insight check. When he said "great show," does that mean he just knew? I felt like
Yeah.
I felt like I sold it.
On a 17, they you see you don't get a great bead on them, but you feel like they know something that you don't about what just happened.
I'm gonna just like straight up like turn around and try to see if I can get a glimpse of his face. Because is this the halfling
Yeah.
that we could have taken on our trip?
You see a woman's face. She has very striking, like kind of like bluish gray eyes. She has like from what you can see, you can't really see much of her face, but kind of like cropped blonde hair and kind of like this messy fringe of bangs. Kind of like very sharp, pointed eyes and a scar running across her face. She looks up at you and she says, so not all the guards are smart enough to know this, but there's actually wards in the tunnels, at least closer to the cities in the Underdark. Keeps monsters from coming in.
Whoa. And
You're at the far back of the line, but where that thing popped up should have still been protected.
Well, yeah, but
Of course.
like, you know, you saw that thing with the mouth, right? Like that could have been an aberration, perhaps. Like we don't really know what that could have been.
Sure, maybe not. Maybe. None of my business. Hey, if you get in, power to you.
But
You see, they go, not every day I see other surface people here, though.
well, you know, Olak and I, we go way back, and you know, we've hit some harsh time, right, Olak? Like, right, like we're gonna balance.
It's been
that.
better.
It's been better. We sort of bet it all on black in a sense, and you know what? I guess the world's not really ready for crypto. I guess it really, like, crypto magic doesn't make sense in a way, but like the guy that was selling it, he was good.
We do have a new proposition in
Yeah.
NFTs. I believe that this will be a stellar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Go ahead and
is
not
give
back.
both of
associated
you.
with me
Both of
anymore.
you give me deception checks
Oh no!
separately because you guys.
Oh my
How
god!
dare you talk to me?
God.
How dare you talk to me in a social conversation? Now you've ruined yourself.
Hey, look, I will say, even if you fail this roll, yeah, honestly, fine. I would
Not
say the
bad.
nat 20 would have covered both of you. But you see, they say, oh, so you're a businessman. Is that what you are?
We still are, yes. We are businessmen in a sense, yes.
Powerful magic for a pair of businessmen. But you see, they say, I do a little bit of business myself, and I know a thing or two about making the wrong bet. If you manage to get into the city and you're looking for some action, something more exciting, come find me. You see, she gives you a small card, like almost like a business card, but it's like playing card sized. It has a feather upon it.
Alright, what does it say on the business card?
It's just a feather, just like one golden feather. And you see, she says, once you're settled, any tavern in Mayara, ask for Sophia. They'll know who you're talking about. And you see, she looks up at the giant behind her, this Goliath, looks up and says, all right, big guy, let's go. You see behind the hood, you hear, yes, ma'am. And they begin trudging forward. You see guards come up to stop these two. They go, excuse me, proof of residence. And you see Sophia holds up what seems to be like a badge with like a jewel on it. And you see the guard goes, of course, straight away. And they're, yeah.
As a skedaddling, I send Fields to be invisible on the box by the orc. Or the ogre? What was
Goliath.
Goliath.
Cool. Yeah, you send Fields on there. And you see the guard escorts them directly to the front. And actually, as she continues holding up the badge, more guards come and like flank her, to kind of like as a unit move through. Suma and Ruby, you have been escorted to the front. You go up and you see this like drow girl who kind of has like her hair done up in these curls. Like she has like this little like clipboard in front of her. You see, she goes, "Hi, I'm Larissa. What brings you to Mayara? Best sitting in the Underdark."
Business.
Business. Okay.
Yes.
What kind of business are we talking?
Well, I should say my business is with the. Would it be like a duke or a duchess? It's a dookie, right? Or duchy.
Dookie?
I
Dookie.
don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I am the great
What was the
Dookie
leader?
Dookie of Mayara.
Oh my god. I hate you.
Yes.
What is Dookie? Elaborate upon
Du-
Dookie. Ed.
Duchy?
Duchy.
Oh, Dutchie. I had no idea what you're trying to say.
I kind of corrected to that after, but it was full of regret. So you
Suma
might
still
not have
doesn't
got it.
understand noble stuff,
I'm
it seems.
I'm too exhausted. Number 2 exhausted, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's my business, and of course, my entourage has economic business while I do that.
Okay. Awesome. What duchy are you from?
Don't know if it's called the Duchy, but Isar.
You're from Yasar. That's super
Mhm.
weird. You're not a drow. That's unique.
It is super weird. Well, this letter hasn't gotten me nearly as far as I thought it would, but you see the seal here. I come on behalf of the matron.
On behalf of the matron herself. That's
Mhm.
super exciting. Okay, let me get this a read. Wow. Okay. Yeah, give me a few minutes. Sebastian, and you see she hands it over to this
Yeah.
like frumpy looking mage and goes,
By
yes, it
the
was.
way, just in
Yeah.
case it's not clear, I am trying to this whole time use my cool background feature.
Yes, yes. You would not have made it anywhere close to. If anybody else had tried this, they would not have made it into the line whatsoever.
Yeah.
The
Just wanted
guard
to
gave you,
make
yeah,
sure
yeah,
that
yeah,
out there.
yeah. And you see, she says, okay. Sebastian is like kind of like doing like a spell on the letter to make sure it's not forged, and eventually hands it back to her, and she says, okay, so this seems to check out, which is awesome. Clearly you're hot stuff. I love that. Are you single?
Absolutely not, but you can certainly try.
That's a shame. We have a lot of really great places to meet people here. There's the underground gardens. We have the Grand Fountain. We do speed dating at the lovely Cupid Cafe.
Buddy, she's got 2, not just 1.
Well, I know my my entourage will be interested in that. If you have any wedding venues, anyway, listen. Are you going to be able to get us in or not?
Well, I can certainly get you in. You certainly fit the pedigree of the kind of people we want to allow in, unlike some of those other smelling people outside. Ew. So you're fine. You're totally good to go. The letter checks out, and you do. I mean, just the way you carry yourself, like it seems like you seem like you're kind of like the class of person that we want. We do have a fee for servants, especially ones that don't like, you really gotta listen. I feel like it's your first time in the city, but if you want to bring them in, you want to dress them up a little bit.
Noted. How much is the fee?
That's gonna be 100 gold per person.
That's quite
Also,
a
I'm
bit
dressed
there.
to kill. Okay.
What
But
did you say, Ruby?
yeah. What does Ruby say?
I said, oh, I'm dressed to kill, like literally, so.
Yeah, and I love that for you. It's just like there's not a whole lot of like color coordination going on. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
Well,
Like
If we were to
Suma,
change
like,
into better clothing, could we get in for cheaper?
I mean, like, if you're
Well,
coming here, I'm sure
yeah.
you have lots of gold. Like, it shouldn't be an issue, right? Like,
Oh, right. Of course. I mean, they
you're from a
carry the purse. They
duchy.
carry the purse. I trust them implicitly. So if you could
Of
allow
course.
them to come to the front of the line, please, that would be wonderful. So that
Oh, you
we
have
can
more.
access
Oh,
the funds.
yes. Oh, we did hear something about more people coming in the back. Okay. We'll send a message. And you see she gets this little like rock thing, and she like taps onto it, and like one of the other guards kind of like gives a nod and begins to like shuffle back towards where Gal and Alok are, all the way at the end. And then you, Suma and Ruby, watch as this like squadron of like these drow guards escort this halfling and this Goliath towards the gate. You watch as they
Yep.
pull up to they pull up to Larissa as well, and you watch as Sophia, who you don't know is Sophia, kind of just like holds up the badge, and you see Larissa goes, "Oh my god, yes, of course, straight away. Can I get you anything like a cocktail or like a massage or like anything?" Sophia goes, "That's cool. I'm good. Just let us in." And you watch as the gates begin to open. But it takes a long time for it to open every single time. So you have a moment with them if you want to chat.
I don't have anything to say to them, but I do want to like make idle chatter like while we're waiting for Alok and Gallet to come to the front of the line, like just something along the lines of I don't know what the actual dialogue is, but just saying like how it's a shame that this line is so long and it's taking so long to accommodate the refugees because there were just a bunch of like a ton of refugees let into Yassar and they got in straight away. And I like say
Oh,
that loud
yeah.
enough for the people in the line to hear that.
Oh yes, Lord Suma, Yassar is so much more efficient, I would say. Yeah, you would never see a long line and so many guards just wasted to being line keepers at Yassar.
Yes,
Ooh.
yes,
It's
true,
very
true.
interesting. It's very
Ruby,
interesting.
give me a persuasion check. And I think assuming you can give advantage
Yes, I will give
as
you
you chat.
advantage.
So the people acknowledge Ruby as being one of them, like a working class person, and they don't want to hear this from Suma, but they'll.
Ah, no. Wait, you have important, don't you? Is it good?
I have a 12.
That would be a
I don't
16.
know if it's worth it. Maybe it is.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
well,
Well,
not.
you
I
can
don't know.
use
how
it.
close
For
am
the
I?
people.
Could I use mine, or am I out of this?
I'll use it.
You know what? Sure. Yeah, I will say you're being pulled up, so we can use rubies or we can use Alox.
It's worth the 20, I think, for that. I'll use.
Cool.
I'll use mine.
You pop your 20 ruby. You feel you rattle off this big speech about the pros and cons, and you see Larissa almost kind of like does this, kind of like looking at you. She goes, "Yeah, they should leave. That would be so great." And then you see a lot of the people online start like discussing their options. The people closer up to the front are kind of like, "No, like we're right here. We might get in. We're gonna try." But the people all the way in the back, like this like wave of this chatter spreads from front all the way to back. People start talking,
Oh,
and you do
Gino.
watch some people. Yeah.
Since I can overhear the conversation with Fields, since I see that it's working amongst the people, I'd just like start whispering amongst the crowd while we move in. And even though they probably don't like me that much because I'm out moving ahead of them, but like if you're going to the Yassar, look for a man named Ro. He comes out of the Earth. He's a great guide. He doesn't ask anything for it. Ask for Ro. Ask for Ro.
Okay, we're asking for Ro. Who the fuck is that? Okay, cool.
Earth
And you watch
Genasi.
this, as you guys are doing this, you kind of like spread word through the line of kind of like where best. And you see Larissa says, "Well, Sir Suma, this has been, an honor to meet you. You look fabulous. I saw what you did with the lightning. Super cool. So we're gonna go ahead and file up the paperwork. Based on your status, you will be admitted. One second. Yeah, you have been granted a gold level access to the city, which is fantabulous. It's not the highest, but you know, it's really, aside from some like super special circumstances, like uh can't really do any higher than gold at the moment, but don't worry, most of the people here are getting a granite level. Ew. But you're good to go in gold. Your servants will also be afforded gold level access once the fee is paid, and so long as they're within your presence, you will only get the one gold badge. So, with that being said, you're gonna have to kind of have that on you at all times so that people don't think that they're street rats in the gold
Scoundrel.
areas. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
certainly wouldn't want anyone to think that. Of course,
That would be
understood.
terrible. Awesome. And oh, I see your friends are coming up right now. And you see Sophia, who's next to you, looks at you and says, "Nice spell, by the way."
Oh, are you a purveyor of the arcane arts as well?
Here and there. Um, but it was powerful magic. Looks at you, looks at Ruby, and she looks you up and down, Ruby, and she says, "You got hired muscle too. You somebody important?"
Yes. I'm gonna speak for myself. Yes.
Interesting. Okay. And you see she just kind of like takes you in for a moment and then like walks out. And they and their Goliath friend just kind of go. Goliath goes, "Nice to meet you." Goom, goom. Big ass box feels invisible on top of it. Move through the doors, and very shortly, once a couple minutes pass, Gallet and Alok are ushered to the front. You see Larissa goes, "Okay, so hold out your hands." Wonderful. And you see she grabs like this stamp, like stamps your hard, like way too
My God.
hard. Like it hurts a little bit. You see your hand does not get stamped, Suma, but Ruby, Alok, and Gallet. The stamp says something along the lines of like associates of Sumalai.
Thank you so much. I couldn't
I
catch the
try
name.
not to smirk at that.
I was fine with it. Nothing
And yeah,
crazy.
you watch as Sebastian comes back and opens up this thing. It's like this little clack box, and inside of it is this badge made of gold. It's like kind of like roughly circular. It's kind of has this gold rim and has this like intricate patternings of like of gold in it inlaid with a little bit of ivory. Hands it to you. And Larissa goes, "Okay, so as long as you have that wherever you go, anytime a guard comes up to you, make sure you show it. Every time you want to get into like a gold level restaurant or like bar or like a hotel, just make sure you show that, and you'll be totally fine."
Incredible.
Cool.
And just so that I know what the boundaries of this are, what is there any rank above gold?
Yeah. So quick refresher, since it's your first time, base level is granite, then you got copper, then you got steel, then bronze level, then silver level, then gold level. That's you, big shot. And then you got your mithril level, your adamantine level, your gem level, and then your blackstone level.
It's a hell of a lot of levels.
Oh yeah, we believe in a highly stratified society. When everybody knows their place, nothing is out of place.
Wow.
What's your place, Larissa?
Well, as a member, a worker of the city, I am gifted bronze level access, which is, I've worked really hard to get here, and one of these days I think I might be due for a promotion. So who
You'll
knows?
make silver in
Cross
no
your fingers
time.
for me.
You deserve so much more.
Oh, who are you? Is this your servant? He's so cute.
Oh yes, this is Valuceris.
Valuceris. What a funky name.
Yeah.
Did you
yeah.
did you all come down here to be emissaries of Yasar?
And it's fate just brought us all together. It was beautiful.
Oh my god. She turns to you, Suma. Your servant knows so many words. That's
Did he
different.
not? Well, perhaps it's different here, but in Isar, even the servant classes are quite educated. I think we'll be going in now. Should I pay the fee with you, or can I pay it inside? I'd really like to get going.
You're gonna have to pay the fee right here. It's actually kind of part of like letting them into the city, or else it's like super awkward.
See.
Like, yeah.
Of course. All right. Well, that will be what, 300?
Yeah, drop in the ocean for like you probably.
Of course, absolutely. All right then. I will turn to everyone else and just raise an eyebrow, like I don't have 300 gold. Do you?
I turn to my other servants. Ah, yes, the gold. I believe you have it, correct, Olak?
Well, there's a reason I'm a servant.
I pay you enough.
Well-
Certainly, you all have enough to make your own way.
I have an
I believe.
Can we not wire
No.
you? I believe we sent a wire.
I believe. I'll pull out some of my shy caps. Would these be worth enough?
So you
That's
can't
6.
actually pay in food. I'm so sorry.
Wait. Let me
But are you sure?
Let me check my purse. Oh, Olak, come here. I might have misplaced it, perhaps. Oh, how much do you actually have? I only have 290. It's not 300.
I can give you 1 platinum, and then we can both pay for ourselves. I just really do not want to.
It's not 300 each. It's 300 total.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is I only have 290.
Oh, I have 10 platinum, so I can pay for 100. I can do mine.
Okay, I'll
And
pay.
Ruby said that she could do hers.
I can pay for mine.
Okay, I'll give her
She's
200.
not. She's. Oh, Ruby.
What?
I give the
It
lady
was
200.
just us talking about.
200.
All right, and I'll give him 10
okay.
platinum.
Well, that's everybody. Oh my god, they can do math too. That's so freaky. Okay. The moment your gold clatters on the table, ching, the stamps on your hand glow. And she like whistles at the guards, and they begin to open the gate. Door
What?
opens.
Question. Where does
Yeah.
the money go? Where does she put it?
You see, she puts them in like a bag of holding.
And is it on her?
It's like a cash register of holding that's like stuck to the.
cash
It's like a
register.
little container that's like on the desk that she's
Uh-huh.
like at, and will likely stays there until some other time.
All right, noted.
Cool.
Onwards, everyone.
You all move on, pockets much lighter,
Yeah.
having survived this ordeal. And you hear in the distance as you step forward, Larissa go, "Okay, next. Ew, you're smelly. Go home." And then, like people are being turned away at the front after you. Kind of guards kind of escort you out, towards the city. The doors open up. You enter into a massive, sprawling cavern and you can see that there's like, it's like almost like a 10-tiered cake, basically, of like you step out onto the granite level, and there's a city here, but it's like in a ring encircling another ring that is like elevated up, and you see like stone like elevators that like magically operated that lift up into the sky, taking you to the next tier, to the next tier, to the next tier, and then kind of like as you get closer to the center, you get higher and higher up, and the buildings get nicer and nicer. So from where you enter, it's mostly, there is like kind of like a nice gilded entrance, like this like central pathway from the gate leading out to like kind of the middle that kind of goes up each level to kind of like funnel you in to get the entire experience. You notice that like along this main road, the buildings are nicer, but like the moment you look past that, there's like very plain, squat, gray buildings, seedy taverns made of stone. The architecture is kind of drab and uninspired. But the places where they want you to look, there's like gilded spires and like doors that are like covered in gemstones, like reflecting in the light. You see that there is an artificial like sun in this chamber. that's like kind of like lighting up the entire cavern, bathing it in this nice orange light. You almost have to like shield your eyes for a moment. Like once you enter properly into the city, the light hits you and you feel warm. Um, um, and as you go up these steps, you kind of keep going down this like gilded road. You are taken up a stone platform from the granite level to the copper level, the steel
Oh.
level, to the bronze level, to the silver level, all the way up to the gold level. The buildings here are these like kind of like white buildings, these golden fuck, what's that word for the thing? Like golden paneling on everything, kind of encrusting everything. Everything is nice and bright. The sun here is warmer. You notice that as you ascend the tiers, you get warmer and warmer. The air gets more comfortable. You hear more laughter in the air, and eventually, one of the guards kind of passes you off to another kind of like a drow, like a young drow teen boy kind of goes, "Hey, what's up? Hi, how's it going? I'm Ignacio. You guys are gold level. Only addressing you, Suma."
That's right. And I feel like I probably fastened my badge to like my collar or something so that it's obvious.
Yo, that's fucking rad. We love having visitors of your stature grace our city. Like, thank you so much. Is this for business or for pleasure?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. That's what I like to hear. Well, if you're looking for like for the pleasure side first, you know there are lots of like nice nightclubs in the gold level. For a small, fee, you could try and visit one of the ones in the mithril level, but you will need an armed guard in order to kind of take you up there. Make sure you pay your fee. But there's plenty of stuff to do here. We have a lazy river. We have a fake beach here. It's like not the best, but like basically home away from home for some people. Other than that, your gold levels or your hotel is fully booked and paid for. We got that news from downstairs, so we can take you to your rooms now. So it'll be one master bedroom for you naturally, and we kind of have like a communal one for these folks right here. Will that be good for you?
Is there nothing with a little more they're all a little bit have their own needs and if they could have individual rooms that would be lovely, just for privacy, you know.
You want all of them to have their individual rooms?
Think so, if that's possible.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's super cool. A great idea. I think it's very forward thinking, but like we actually don't really do that. The servants can what I can do for you is downgrade you from a master bedroom to like a master bedroom where the rooms are split. So instead of having like 9 rooms in your master bedroom, you would you could have 9 rooms instead of just like the one massive space, and then like in that you would have your own thing. Would that be cool for
Now,
you?
am I hearing you correctly? The master bedroom has 9 rooms in it.
Oh no.
Well, it could, yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, for
That sounds
sure.
great.
Just so you know, if you do opt for the 9 room option, it does cut out a lot of the space for like the rec room. So that's kind of like the
Mm.
trade-off with that. So you won't have like the sparring dojo built into the room, which is like a little bit off, I think.
Sparring dojo?
And
Yeah. So if
Joe,
you
what other recreational options are in the master suite?
So some of the master suites have like a sparring dojo that you can have just like in there, and that kind of takes up most of the room that the other 8 rooms usually would take up.
Oh.
Some of them have like a mini indoor pool that you can have. Some of them have like a private lounge that has direct asset access to like one of the brothels. Like you can have like kind of just like like we send you a menu and you can just like pick whatever and it's like kind of go for it. Pretty popular here at the Gold District. Otherwise, I'm sure there's some stuff that like if you give us time, we could customize to your needs.
Is there like one with an infinity pool kind of thing?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's definitely one of our like best like kind of most frequented things. Other than the brothel one, that kind of like takes top one. Like pretty handily, but like
Alright.
infinity pool rooms, yeah. So, what
I
size
think
would you
I'll
like your
take that one.
pool?
I think probably the biggest one that you have.
The biggest one. Okay, so that would just be like one very large pool and like a dining area, a living room area, several closets, several bathrooms, but only one like big bedroom, if that's cool.
I think that will be fine.
Okay, great. And you want your servants in there too, or you want them in a separate room?
Oh, they can sleep on the floor. It's fine. I would like them with me. Yes.
Super rad, super rad. I know a lot of our clients like just constant foot massages, like even while they trance or while they sleep. So that's totally cool. All right, here you go. You see they go ahead, he takes you all the way up, kind of like this nice, there's like grass here, there's like trees here, the everything feels like you feel like you've stepped into like another dimension essentially, and you are taken to this very very large hotel, but it doesn't seem to have, it shouldn't have enough space to like house all of those amenities. But once you are taken in, you are able to like kind of, they obviously they see your badge, they're like, oh wonderful, like we'll take care of you right away. They take you upstairs, and just kind of go up to like a normal looking like door, but once you open it, it opens out to like a massive indoor space. The pool is right there. It's like right by the living room. It's like right by where the kitchen would be. And there's like one door off to the side. These double doors that lead to the master bedroom. You see Ignacio says, "Well, I hope you have a great time here at the Golden Palm. If you ever have any questions, feel free to ask the help desk. I am gonna be there. I'm there 24/7. So if I'm
Oh
trancing, just go ahead
wow.
and wake me up. Yeah."
That's you have such dedication to your job. I'm so impressed. Um
Yeah, of course, of course. And would you? I mean, if you feel that way, do you think that there's gonna be like a little magic? There's like a board in the once you enter into your room, you can use to like rate my service.
I
So like however
absolutely will
you
do
felt
that.
about
You've been
that,
I would like to
wonderful.
make an
yeah,
Yes.
just
insight check.
yeah, go for it.
How dead inside is he?
5-star.
He's so fucking dead inside.
Okay.
I know,
You
yeah.
with that insight check, you look him up and down. He's copper level.
I just when there's like a moment, I just look at him when there's like a moment when he's not talking. I just nod slowly.
He gives you like a solidarity nod. Okay. And you watch
like
for a
the
second
facade
that
leaves 1 second.
yeah, for 1 second, the edge of his customer service face like droops a little bit. He goes, "All right, well, you have a great stay, Mr. Sumalai. Like, thank you so much. Like, it's an honor to have you."
It's an honor to have you, Ignacio. We'll see you later.
All right, toodles. You see he heads out, and like you almost see like the shoulders like, like as he walks away.
Yeah.
And yeah,
As soon as the door closes, I just like collapse and toss everyone 50 gold, and I'm like, I'm so fucking sorry.
Oh, how kind of you, Lord Sumo, to allow us to sleep in the same floor as you. Oh,
That was no
oh,
joke,
nice.
the most
we can
painful thing I
we
have
can
ever
finally
done.
sleep indoors now. Our luck has changed. Oh, dear
I, for
me.
one, am fine with sleeping on the
Painful as
floor.
work to do. And I just immediately go over to the like rating thing and I give him like the highest rating possible.
yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 stars.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, there's an issue. You're gonna have to write something that makes the like if you always put 5 stars, they don't always count it, Suma. So you have to write something with the 5 stars for them.
Don't worry, I'm writing a review. I'm writing.
Yeah, there's like a little
yeah.
quill that pops up that allows you to write like more comments.
Yeah,
Great,
I write
Ignacio.
glowing comments
Okay,
about him.
okay.
Okay, so they glow automatically, but I know what you mean. I'm just
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
find the restroom, guys. All right, so you keep it. You can lock it down. I need to find the restroom.
So, where exactly are we going to sleep? Or are we going to float in the infinity pool?
Well, I have the feeling, I'm not sure, but I feel like the bed might be big enough for 4 people. That's just a weird feeling I have. Otherwise,
I'm fine with being on the floor. The trade-off was worth it. The bed, the luxury, haven't had that in a while.
I mean, I think there's like these fancy pool chairs, right? So you could also, you know.
Yeah, we probably just take the pillow off of it anyways and put it on the ground. Like I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I just like walk through the suite, like looking at all the furniture.
Yeah, there's like tons of like free food that's been laid out for you, like delicacies, sweets. There's like a cake that's already laid out for you. The pool is like warm. There's like bubblers into it. It has like a little bubble spell like attached, like these runes that come out from the wall. It can be temperature adjusted per location to like have it like localized to where you want to kind of like just like bathe, like bask in the water. This is a super nice, super comfy place.
I wonder what the mithril and black level and gem level is like.
Indeed. Well, we can go to the mithril level if you want. We just have to have a guard.
There's also a fee Ignacio mentioned.
Oh,
You
I
have to,
see.
you have to pay to move up.
How much was the fee?
He didn't. Would you have asked him?
Probably, yeah, just for the infos.
For like, so it wasn't to like move up to the level. It's to frequent
It
an
was to like
establishment.
go to the taverns and stuff, right?
Yeah. So you imagine that like everywhere you go, it's like if you have the appropriate badge, you kind of like it's like, oh, you being here is giving us business in some way. Like you're here to like do stuff here, and that would brings like prestige to us. So like we give some stuff on the house. But like, oh, if you want to partake of something above your station, you're gonna have to pay a hefty fee. So for all of you to go to like an establishment in the mithril level, it would take 1,000 gold.
Well, okay, maybe not.
It's like
I'm just curious.
it's levels of money where the people on the mithril level wouldn't think it's a lot of money. It's
Mhm.
like that type of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, just curious because yeah, I feel like maybe our mission might take us to the higher levels eventually. Who knows?
Well, I think our goal from here is just to get out of here. I don't think we have much to do here, Mayara.
I think this was a passing through here to get to Barbalk. Although there was some talk of needing to get some sort of license to exist in Barfault.
Yes, we'd have to find some undercity people, I suppose, or also, who knows with Gallet? I imagine he has many things he wants to do in a new
Yeah.
place.
I thought he wanted to do something in Mayara.
Well, I think he wanted to try to find more about Lilth, but I think he already got that somewhat. So
I think he's run off to the the big bathroom.
yes, maybe he's just enjoying us.
Canonically, Gallus has gotten lost in the size of this
Yeah,
room.
for sure.
It's one room. There's like no walls to get lost in, but he's still lost.
Yeah.
Somehow.
He's like
Open it.
he's Scooby Dooing himself, and he's like going into one door and like coming out the other one. Like what the fuck? Yeah, I think Suma. By the way, when you enter, it's not lost on you that this is a spell. Like this doesn't exist physically. This room, this is like
Yeah, I feel
a
that.
spell has been cast to give you the room to do this.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is y'all's next move?
Oh, there he is.
Did you know
Ah,
that there
there you
was
are.
a taxidermied bear in the bathroom?
Look at that. It was in the bathroom.
That's that's incredibly ridiculous.
Like
Yeah.
an
Not
entire
surprising.
bear.
But he holds your towel. Like you know,
Oh,
like
that's nice.
but like they put the towel on him. So like,
Very
Convenient.
nice.
yeah, it's nice. What were you guys talking about?
We were just wondering what to get up to in town if we're just passing through.
I'm gonna rob someone.
Oh,
Okay. Explain that.
I
wait,
need,
you're serious?
I need to make my money back, and I don't care about these people that much. I'm gonna be honest.
No, the terrible.
And so someone's getting robbed. It's probably the guard.
As long as you don't get caught, because then it's on
Man.
me.
I imagine the guards aren't high class. Sorry, class. You think? I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, shouldn't we aim for like one of the swankier people?
I think we can get our gold legally. We are capable adventurers. We can always
Yeah,
find a
no,
job.
no. If we just come into money naturally, sure. But what I'm saying is, before we leave this area, if I do not have a good amount of gold, someone's getting robbed.
Well, maybe you just take some items from the from this hotel. Maybe you take like the soap and a lot of mints. Maybe I don't know.
I feel like
Maybe take the hand towels with us.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you,
Oh,
Alok. With how they
and
treat servants here, I'd feel like I'd be better off robbing someone and trying not to get caught.
Well, you shouldn't rob from the hotel room because that reflects poorly on, I feel like, on the hotel
Well,
staff.
I just still
Um,
forget about us. We
You
had.
you should perhaps sell your giant mushroom and
Yeah, we'll
see
see.
what that gets you.
I do have something we could do just for like funsies. I met a little halfling. You met her. She was surrounded by guards, and she
Oh,
took a
yes.
liking to me and Olak over there, and gave us a little golden feather business card. Any tavern we go to,
Oh,
just ask for
Very
Sophia.
interesting.
But if it's business, do you think either it's a job or she's a merchant? Because if she's
I
a
felt-
merchant, we don't really have money to buy.
I felt like it was a fight ring. I don't know for
Oh.
sure, but it felt like a fight ring. And I bet Rudy
That's
would
even
like
less
that.
interesting.
But we don't know if it's a fight ring, so you have to check it.
That makes it much more interesting.
Looked like she was gem levels, so if we want to go to any higher parts of the
We
city,
have to
perhaps
pay.
she has connections.
We have to pay.
Well,
I think-
yes, but
We need
maybe she
money.
could.
I think we should check it out. It's
Get
definitely
us-
worth.
Wait,
little
hold
public.
on, guys. Can you give me a second? I flash in my eyes and look through fields.
You look through fields.
Hmm.
Yeah. You look through fields,
Mhm.
and you see the inside of what seems to be a very dingy and seedy tavern. You see Sophia is like on kind of like leaning back on a couch. She's like tossing a dagger up into the air. It thuds into the wall, then it dematerializes and pops back up in her hand, just over and over again. And the Goliath is sitting on the large crate. He's like swinging his legs back and forth, and you see the Goliath goes, "Hey, Sophie." Sophie goes, "What, Doc? When are we gonna give them the thing?" See, she says. She sits up, kind of frustrated, hair kind of over her face. She goes, "They said to just keep it here and wait. We gotta wait a couple days. Whatever they need it for, that's when they're gonna come for it. And then's our chance." You see Doc the Goliath goes, "Okay. Our chance to do what?" Sophie goes, "God damn it. Okay. It's for information. Okay? Wherever they're taking this, it's gotta be up there somewhere. Near where we got caught last time. Okay? This is top stuff. They paid in fucking Electrum. Alright? No one does that. Fucking no one. Even the rich farts here in Mayara, they pay in platinum. Like a normal person. Or I guess a normal wealthy person. We're talking big money here. We're talking money like Blackstone level money. And when there's Blackstone, you see her eyes grow dim and experiences a shudder in her heart. A dark pulse emanates from Sophia. She like shakes it off. She says, "Anyway, big guy, you're just gonna sit here, wait, keep this hidden. And then when we got our intel, we go for round 2. You see Doc the Goliath goes, "Okay. Can I take a look?" Sophia goes, "Fuck, no, you can't. It's enchanted. If we look, they'll know. And if they know, they'll kill us. You want to get killed, Doc?" "No." "Okay, good. I don't want you killed either. Okay, buddy?" "Okay." And she goes, "All right, just... I'm gonna go get a drink, okay? Just, you stay put, keep watch." "Okay." And she walks out of the room. It kind of goes up. It seems to be like a private room, kind of like at the bottom of a tavern that's been reserved for them specifically. And she goes up. You have Fields follow her, or?
Ah. Nah, for now, I'll play it safe. Feels safer just to stay in one location for now.
Cool. Ruby, give me a history check.
Historia.
Yo, we rolling good today. What is with
Kind of
us?
crazy, actually.
On a 24, Gallet, when he wargs into fields, when he phases into fields, his hand falls limp, and you get a really good look at that business card. You've seen a feather remarkably like that before. It was in Suzanne's private box when you went into her room to steal something.
Mm. Wait, is it like she had the feather or she had a business card that had
She had a feather that looks a lot like what's on the business card. It's like a very distinct like look to it that you can tell is like extremely similar. Like with that high of a check, you can nail the details like in your mind. It matches 1-to-1.
I stole from her.
I don't know what that means.
Can I come back?
Yeah.
Okay, we got some cool news about Sophia, guys. First off, what's Blackstone level money? What does that mean?
Big money.
Big money?
Biggest
Big money?
biggest
Okay.
money.
Okay, so the package they were carrying was paid for an Electrum, which is, weird to say. It's all, like, Chino, Electrum is basically the $2 bill, right? Like, it's just weird to have Electrum.
It's really weird to have it. It's a very specific thing to have.
Yeah, so it was
No one really fucks with it.
Yeah, that's weird. She was once caught doing something in the area where she's, I think, dropping it off or something. Right now, the reason the box is there is for the intel. No one can look in the chest or it'll activate and someone will know. And if someone knows, they'll die. So, pretty big stuff happened just a few seconds ago. Doesn't really change too much, but...
When they say intel, do they mean they need information, or is that the name of...
It seems like either they'll... I'm not 100% sure if they're getting paid for this, or... It sounds like, okay, I think they might be getting paid for this job. Yeah, no, okay, it was paid for an Electrum, so they're probably getting paid an Electrum. But they're doing this to get intel, because I think they failed the job before and they want to go for it again. I think that's the vibe I was getting. Gino, just tell me if anything I told was false. Just like, no way I could assume, like, not assuming, like, I'm assuming some things, but don't, just tell me if,
No,
like,
that sounds correct. That sounds correct. That definitely the vibe that you got. Like,
yeah, the vibe was like
they think
failed.
that when this thing gets picked up, wherever it, like, you get the sense that like they're gonna try to trace it in some way or like try to glean some information when they deliver it.
Also, Fields got like a really bad, like a dark vibe from the halfling for a second. Like I can't explain it because like I was in Fields' like mind space, so it feels a bit different when she feels emotions. But something intense is happening with that girl. Like I assume if she went across the triple crossroads, she talked to Lulf. That type of thing. So about this business card, you want to go check out Sophie?
Oh, also, Suzanne has that same feather that's on the card.
You know, they do look a bit alike.
Why would
think
you
there
know
might be-
that?
Do they actually look alike?
They
Yeah,
look a bit
I
alike.
mean, I saw her walking past the gate, right?
I mean, Suma, do you have any spells left? It's not like we're going to be fighting today.
I do have spells left.
You want to
Oh,
check
no.
in with Suzanne?
Not a bad idea.
Also make sure that they're okay and everything.
Gino's like, okay, is she dead? Where's she at right now?
She might be, TBH.
What?
Just kidding.
She's currently drowning. Where's she at?
She'll
What's
come back
her position?
eventually.
For context. Oh wait. Except with a scar.
What?
Very fine features.
just for no reason at all, you should put a Suzanne right next to it. Just
You know that
No,
she looks
no, very
much
different.
older than Suzanne. She's
well,
probably
Suzanne's
around
been
like
dead, so
whatever the halfling equivalent of like early 30s is.
She looks way different than Suzanne. You're crazy.
I think halflings age the same. Don't they age the same as humans?
Nope. Halflings live longer.
Really?
They
Humans
do
are like-
live longer.
Humans
I thought
are one of
halflings
the
were just short
quickest.
humans.
Goblins are faster than humans, and kobolds I think are faster than like humans is like the low end, like the medium low end of the curve. Most of the
They for
races are gonna
sure
live longer.
never got to like. They're not close to the same age.
Yeah, they're pretty. I'd say they're different for sure.
Also, I got to tweak this with Art Breeder. I got this from online, so that was just the first thing I got of Suzanne online. Is
I'll
Suma
send
casting
a
sending?
sending. Yes, I am to
Okay.
Suzanne. I say,
Okay.
hello. Hope you're well. We've run into a lass named Sophia. Looks like you, but with a scar. Any clue what she's doing in Mayara?
Oh, do you have room to say that I say hi?
I have one more word. No.
Ruby.
Yeah, just say Ruby.
Ruby.
You just say
Wait,
Ruby.
wait. Can you say wait? Can you put it like dash Ruby, like from Ruby?
I don't know if I can include punctuation, but
Give it a shot.
Let's go. Yeah, hell yeah.
sure. I put tilde Ruby.
You hear back. I did have a sister,
Oh,
but she should be in Tarai. That's where we lived. Don't know why she's there if it's her. Hi, Ruby?
yeah.
He's in.
What's
Just a quiet, yeah.
Do we know Suzanne's last name at all?
Stride Feather.
Right. What? That's a good name. Why didn't she ever? She never brought that up. That's a great last name.
I don't think I wrote that down.
Stride Feather. Suzanne Stride Feather is her name.
I can do one more follow up if you all want.
Oh, did you tell us? Like what she
I
said?
did.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Hey, she said hi, Ruby. How nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's nothing. It's no big deal.
You can confirm.
Also, I
if
think
it's
Ruby,
her-
you have sending, don't you?
Did she prepare
Yeah, like I never like prepare it because
Valid. I will say, Suma, you could send to Sophia directly.
That seems like a big step. We're gonna meet her eventually, and like I feel like that kind of conversation isn't best with sending.
I should also perhaps
It's less awkward.
note I might be able to sending with a longer amount
Yes.
one time today.
Okay. Okay.
I remember when I
The
said if you
powers
up
that be.
if you upcast sending, you double the word count.
Oh,
I
sick.
could do that. And then it could reply with more words as well.
Oh, that's
Well,
great.
So do you add 25 per level? So like
I
at
think
level
that's
Yeah.
what we said.
Yeah, an extra 25 per.
Okay, but at 9th level, it
Nice.
gets to be how long you want it to be, right? Like,
Well, you couldn't do like a whole. You couldn't sending a novel.
Ah, you
And
couldn't?
Imagine the whole day. You're like, ugh.
I
Yes,
just read the
yes,
entirety
no,
of
that-
Moby Dick.
Yeah,
Just send
exactly.
it to the red ray to annoy him.
yeah.
it's like spam mail.
Like
Yeah,
a bedtime
exactly.
story.
Make it stop. Like banging their head on the wall.
Do that right before we go in for the fight, so that way he's hearing it the whole time.
Mhm.
Do you have any idea where they were? Maybe we could just show
Well,
up.
we can ask if she knows the name. Like, also, like, if we ask Suzanne one more time, like, hey, Sophia, is that her name? You know, that
Well,
Well,
you
I
get
told
this-
I
be
sent
a fake
Sophia
name.
in my sending to her, so I assume.
Yeah. She was directly implying I had a sister named Sophia.
Oh, okay, okay.
But should be in Tarai.
Well, she's not in Terai. So...
The second person from Terai we've met today.
You know, that would make
Yeah.
sense though, because Suzanne was roguish, and from what you said, it sounded like Sophie is up to, you know, less than legal.
Are you saying roguish stuff runs in the family? Because I'd still want to really meet your family then.
Well, no, I'm saying that maybe the two of them kind of work together. Maybe they both got into the same things. Doesn't run in the family, but it certainly can.
You know,
coincide.
wait, hold on. I have information on what they got going on. True, and it's interesting. True, and she's Suzanne's sister, which that means to a degree we should care about her. True, and I want to rob someone. True.
You want to help her rob
You know-
someone?
I'm just saying, if we get in on the gig, what could we... Fade and Electrum, guys. That's something.
It is possible that they want to steal from bad people, and I suppose
I'm
that wouldn't be
intrigued.
too bad.
Oh, now you're okay with it? I said they were bad.
Well, I mean,
We
if
were
it's
gonna-
bad people you're stealing from.
Yeah. We're
Well, I
bad.
mean, rude people isn't bad people,
No, they're the same.
I suppose.
Pretty much so.
depending on
Did
your
you-
perspective.
Did you see Ignacio? Did you see that? Did you look into his eyes?
No, I don't look in people's eyes. I tend
That-
to look away.
Those
I avoid
eyes
that.
were dead inside. That poor guy. He's got it rough. Did you hear the stuff that's just expected of this place? And he's copper. This is...
And again, rude does not necessarily mean evil,
I don't know, man.
but
I don't know. It's well, at some point it does become mental torture. You have to be able
I
to agree.
guess. I don't know. I guess I would have to be him to know.
It's normal for nobles to have servants sleep in their quarters on the floor to rub their feet while they sleep.
Yeah, I was totally fine with sleeping on the floor. Or what are you trying to say?
That you have to no, you sleep on the floor, but during nighttime you still rub their feet while they sleep. What is that?
I'm not
life?
rubbing. I'm not rubbing. So
No,
feet.
never mind. They're bad people. I don't care
Alright.
about these people. These people are rude,
Well,
and they should
can do
get
the stealing.
robbed.
you do you.
Well, hold on. Not just me. Not just me. Look, okay. The plan is this: we check in on Sophia, see what the heck they're even talking about, and if we get a good vibe off of this, we'll talk more about like, oh, we know, and they'll be like, oh, we know.
Right.
And Ruby, I bet you want to rob someone. Look, I mean,
Should we go check in after a rest though? Maybe.
yeah, we need. Well, actually,
It's
let's
been
have
a
some
long
fine
day.
dining before we go to bed. Can we have some fine dining? Wait, no. Does that cost money? That costs money.
It's already here.
Did you see the entire cornucopia in the room over there?
I don't think he was here when.
No, I was in the restroom.
Oh, there's like
Yeah.
fresh food. There's like fruits and stuff, and like you can
Hey.
definitely ring for room service.
Hey, Ola, you can make us food. I hear you're great with a knife.
Do we still need to use our nicknames?
Yeah, but I want you to
Or
cook for me.
aliases?
I want you to cook for me.
I mostly just cut. I never actually did the cooking.
Well, see if it's in your bones. The ghost can help.
Wow, that was such a weird thing to say. I could ask Patrice, I suppose.
Yeah, you never talk to him anymore.
Hey kid, what's going on?
Oh, he's...
Oh, hey, here you are.
What?
Only Haylock hears this.
Yeah, what? Oh, look.
What? Oh,
Something
I'm,
about
just talking,
going
I'm
cooking?
talking to Patrice.
Oh.
Yeah, you wanna help me cook? Cook me.
Yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. You summon Patrice. Patrice like poltergeists your body for a bit, and you're like just like chopping up tomatoes and shit.
Like, whoa. Okay.
Um, You are able to like call for some whatever ingredients you need from downstairs. Ignacio goes, "Hey guys, brought you those chives. Got the olives you asked for, and a redfish. Really hard to procure, but we did get it for you. So that's great. And you guys go ahead and do that.
On
So-
his way out, can I toss Ignacio like something nice from the room? I don't even know what, because I'm not sure what is in the room, but like
Here's
I don't
shampoo.
know, like a really fancy wine or something. I don't know, like
you say, you toss it to him. He looks, he like catches the wine, and you watch as the wine disintegrates in his hands. Looks up at you, holds up a copper badge, and goes, and clips it back.
That
Hold on just a minute. I'm gonna pour some of. Okay. You wait there. I'll be 20 minutes. I go to the other room
At your
and
service.
I put some of the wine in my preservation ball that I have.
Ooh,
Um,
you do have that.
And I will then give him the ball. And hopefully that will not disappear.
Holds it and he goes, do you like need me to do anything for you, or like?
taste test.
This is for you. Take it home and just try it.
This is for me to keep?
Mhm.
He looks at it like this has never happened to him before. He goes, thank you.
Oops.
Yeah.
Literally the
Um,
least I can do for you. And I left you a review, by the way.
Oh my god, thank you like so much. Like that's super. And then you see his breath catches and he goes, that really helps. Thanks.
By the way, what keeps you here? I mean, in Mayara.
It's not the best place, but there's a dream, you know? The dream that one day you'll move up.
Mm.
There's stories of people going from granite to gem. That's the dream. Granite to gem. That's what I tell myself every single day. Look at myself in the eye, say, Ignacio, granite to gem. Taking the first step, that's just time for the next. There's
I understand.
worse ways to live, I think. But there's also better. And I'm reaching for better.
Well, that's a start, and even if it's not, it'll get you drunk out of your mind for a few hours. So,
Thanks.
but I really do wish the best for you. If this is the life you choose, I have no doubt you'll make the best of it.
Doing my best. Sincerely, if there's anything you guys need, just let me know. I'm here.
I
Wait,
think Alok needs a tomato.
Before you go,
Oh, yeah.
what's a good tavern? Lower, on the lower end, like on the lower ducks.
Oh, on the lower side?
Yeah.
Well, if you're willing to slum it in granite, there's a spot called the White Raven.
Perfect.
It's a really good drink.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, okay, cool. So you guys go ahead and you eat. I would like to end on a moment of choice and kind of seeing where that goes. So what is the vibe after you eat? And I would say, like, you guys are exhausted. You've been traveling all day. This happened at the end of your day. You guys are able to take a long rest. In the morning, what do you do? Or kind of as you are kind of getting ready for bed, what is the choice you guys make? Your next course of action.
As I'm getting ready for bed, I'm gonna try to talk to the ring. So that's what I'm planning on doing.
Okay. Is anybody else attempting to do anything?
I have
Just
a
laying
saying I would
back.
like, but
Sorry, I'm just laying back, eyes closed, while my book is next to me with the quill writing
Wait,
down in it.
we're all in the
automatically?
same, we're all in
chilling.
the same room, right?
That's it.
Yeah, you are all in the same room.
Oh yeah, okay. Still gonna just do it
That's,
quietly in a corner, but gonna still do it.
Okay. And Ruby, did you have anything?
No. Probably just, I don't know, hiding a pillow or something.
Got it. Suma?
I'm sending. But you should do Gallet's scene first, if you're going to do it.
Who are you sending to? I gotta know.
My mama.
Oh. Okay, we will get to that. I guess maybe we'll get to that next session. So
Sure.
I do want to close on this scene with Gallet. Gallet, Night falls. You watch as the room around you kind of like understands where your circadian rhythms are all at, like dims the lights, like everything, the curtains close by themselves, like things wind down. You feel yourself very gently ushered off into sleep. You curl up in a corner away from everybody. Ruby sleeping in one corner, Alok in another, maybe not even sleeping, just writing in his journal. You attempt to speak to the ring. What do you say?
I'm like bundled up with my I got like a few blankets. There's a few. Hey, Priscilla. Well, Priscilla, Calypso.
Calypso?
Yeah, sorry. We were
Joking.
talking.
You're
we were, yeah,
cheating?
nah, that would be with. Now, Lilith tried, but hi, just was checking on in. Haven't talked in a little bit. I felt that you were pretty darn happy for the necklace that I got, and that's a bit different from you. And I don't really mean to brag, but you did see how well I did with the illithid, didn't you? I've been doing pretty darn good, don't you think? And lots of stuff been happening. Stuff that maybe you'd like to let me know a little bit more about. Would be really helpful. I've been doing great.
You hear something, but it doesn't come from your ring. It comes from the pool. You hear a bubbling, a high-pitched bubbling from within the infinity pool.
I guess I can't do it like that stealthily, so I just like quietly I get up
Okay.
and I'll take off most of my clothes till I'm in my jammies and I'm gonna go in the pool.
Are you wearing the Locket of Pisces on you?
Oh yeah, no, that has not left me.
Okay. You enter into the pool, and you watch as some of the skin on your legs morphs briefly into scales. The further down you descend into the water, the more comforting and the more natural it feels. Until you submerge yourself in the water, you feel gills open on the side of your neck, and you're able to breathe naturally in the water. Your locket glows. You feel that you could swim as if you were born in water. You feel as if you would be able to speak to those who dwell within it. And it is in this state, in this moment of revelation, that Calypso reveals herself to you. The water in the pool suddenly gets infinitely deep. You plunge down into the depths until the lights of the hotel room vanish as you are pulled, plunged under. You can breathe this time. You can speak. Calypso emerges. You hear the rattling of chains. You hear the swelling of the tides. You see, she says, "Good. You thought you did good." She like flows behind you, chains rattling as she goes. Your friends were near death. Their minds shattered. One of them only survived due to the influence of a spirit that's slowly eating his soul. You did good. Your friends falling, nearly being wiped out, while you stood far away, not a scratch on you. You did good.
Well, I mean, I was able to administer healing potions safely from afar. Like, you got to be able to keep looking after your crew. Like, if all of us went down, then it'd be pointless.
He will skewer you. He will rip you to shreds. When you face him, and you will,
You will not have the luxury of watching from a distance. And I need you to succeed. But you won't listen. You never listen. I'm glad you found the amulet, because it allows me to communicate with you more readily. Allows you to speak the language of the sea. Galtabate, the time of the storm is coming. You are the last bearer of this ring. You are not allowed to disappoint me.
Then give me more power. Give me something. At least let me know more about him. The Last Wish. Yeah, I do need something to work with.
The sea is a balance of push and pull. You don't need more power. You need more courage. But you also need knowledge. So as I give you one thing, I will take away another. His first wish. He wished to never die so long as he was at sea. And now for the taking.
You feel your ring tighten around your finger. You see that the entirety of the finger holding it turns black from the lack of oxygen. You feel something leave your power, like the power leaving you. You're not sure what it is. You're not sure what it'll do,
What did you do?
but you feel something leave you.
Is she gone? Do I feel her even if she's around me anymore?
Not quite yet. You see she hangs around for a little bit. You see she says,
What does this prove? You know what kind of person I am. Don't you think you should give me everything you can?
I know what kind of person you are. And I also know the kind of person you need to become. You want to be a captain. Fight like a captain. When the wraith draws his cutlass, you will have your own. Sleep well tonight, gallant Abate. Dream of the sea. And if one day you want to offer more respect to me, you have already seen the place you need to go.
What that
and
is?
then you are launched up out of the water. The water splashes upon the floor. Water like reaches like where like your toes,
Yeah.
Alok. Like it like dampens your socks a little bit as the water rushes out of the pool. You come up on the side, not gasping because you no longer need to. You are fine breathing underwater.
But I realize I have been holding my breath when discussing
Yeah.
it. So like, still that, but just different context. Jesus Christ.
Gallet?
Yeah. 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 That.
You good?
I
You
look
okay?
at my ring finger.
It's still black.
Ah. Oh, that's not good. Where does the pool look out of? Does it look out at something?
Looks out. It's like the kind of pool that's like next to like a window. You can like open up the window and look over the rest of the city.
I opened the window at like Alok sees me get up. I don't know if I'm still scaly or not, but
You are a little bit. You flow through the water naturally.
okay. I walked the window, opened it up, and I try to shoot out an Eldritch Blast.
You attempt to shoot out an Eldritch Blast. But as you do, the energy pulsates out of your hand and then stops. 10 feet. This like strange, unstable energy radiating out of your ring. You cradle this in your hand. It is no longer something you can use from a distance. It is now a blade, which you must use to fight your enemies up close.
Neat. Great. Damn it.
Another melee. Let's go.
Alok, like, yeah.
Like, looking at my bow like, nice.
I turn to Alok. I screwed up again.
I mean, it looks like you got a new power. I've never seen you do that before.
This is not better. What if someone took your bow and gave you a sword? What would you think?
Well, did someone take your bow? I mean,
I
did you
can't-
try shooting the water?
Yes. Yes, I can't.
Oh,
She doesn't.
oh that's
She
really bad for
wasn't
you.
happy with how I was playing it so tactical back
But
with the
it was
elixir.
really good. Like, you kept us alive. You did a lot of damage.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Surprise.
It doesn't matter to her. That's not
How
what
are
I-
you gonna live in the
I
front?
mean.
You're so squishy like me. That we're not meant for the
Yeah,
front.
yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Well, granted, Suma is as well, but
Suma's
Suma's
fast
really
though.
fast.
Like
Yeah.
like I just get
Very
hit into a
dodgy.
wall, and Ruby has armor. I need something if I'm gonna do this.
well, can you
Yeah,
just
what do you
talk
do?
to him again and ask him to take it back?
That's not how she works, Alok.
I don't know how. I've never talked to her.
She,
I don't know.
It's black, dude. Not like I'm pretty sure she's taking my. This is not just taking away a ability. She took the finger. Like I'm
That is not good. Yeah,
Yeah, that's not.
at least my amulet
I can
doesn't do
move
that.
it.
So
Oh,
I
yeah,
This
yeah.
would for sure wake up Ruby by now, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
There's a whole conversation
Yeah.
happening out loud.
Oh, would it? Is a Ruby? I don't know. Is Ruby a heavy sleeper, or would Ruby even care?
What are you guys talking
Well,
about?
she
Oh my
is-
god.
I mean, her sheets might be a bit wet.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Just cool new ability from Calypso. Yay. I can't shoot from range anymore. That's neat. Maybe it's a sword now. Maybe that's cool. Maybe I can cut things.
You're so squishy.
Thank you, Ruby. Yes, I know. Yes, I'm fully out of everyone here. I'm gonna say
Is she trying to help you or sabotage you? I don't really understand
that's
the
the
relationship
type
with
that.
her.
Oh yeah.
So, are
it's
you
not-
working
it's-
with her? Does she want you to die? I don't.
She wants me to help stop the Red Wraith because the Red Wraith is her fault to a degree.
I feel like you could be really effective in stopping him
Hey,
at a distance.
Suma, come here, come in. I
Am I in the other room or am I in this room?
don't know. Suma,
Is
come
it all
here.
one room? I
Gallup
thought it
gets
was-
you.
Are
Gallup
you,
gets you.
are you coming to
Okay.
get me?
Yeah,
Hello,
I
what's up?
I think it's time for me to let you in on more about Calypso at this point, because she took my finger, so now we're
Oh,
definitely a thing.
Gallet, as you gesture with your hand like that, Ruby, you with your passive perception notice that the water in the infinity pool swirls up as he does that.
Whoa.
She took him more, and I can't do it from range, but I think I need to tell you more about why she cares so much about the Red Wraith.
Wait, Gallet, move your finger again.
You watch Gallet as unconsciously the water in the infinity pool twists, following.
I'm just like looking the other way. So like, what? What's with the?
Turn around.
What's with the?
The water's just like splashing everybody in the back. We're like, oh,
The
shit.
more
Yeah, I'm
he
not-
does it, the more water he picks up.
I don't, guys. Look.
My bed.
It's just another look. She's taken more, and I'm weaker I'm as weak as ever. I'm
Do
weaker
you
than before.
see?
What? The
Yeah,
window? And I like
just turn around.
Yeah. Do I see it?
You turn around and you see the water moving according to your will. As you do, you all watch the locket of Pisces pulsate with an energy gallet. You feel control over this water.
Ah!
You feel like you could do one really big thing right now. Would you like to use this power?
Yes.
You reach out towards the water. The locket levitates off of your chest, and you watch the water pulses up, rises in a huge tidal wave up from the pool, and then form a large wall and just stays there in place, still flowing, still slightly translucent, but moving.
Can I move the
You
wall forward and backward?
You cannot move it, but you try to do something with it, and you watch you kind of grip your hand, and it exudes out, and soaks everything again.
Oh. Sorry about all the furniture, guys. That's my B. Okay, so that's cool from the necklace. Lost a finger, but the necklace gave me something pretty neat, and I'm sort of scaly now. Forgot to tell you guys. Yeah, I'm pretty scaly now.
You see that it only happens when you're in the water,
Yeah,
but kind of
yeah.
where the water is touching you, you do see the scales.
Okay, well, since everything's drenched, wanna go... Let's all sit down on the chairs.
Well,
It's fine. I have water walk, so I think I just levitate.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Everyone else may be kind of a downer.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit in a chair and wait for everyone to get situated.
Everybody comes and
We're ready.
gathers.
Okay, so I haven't been able to put it all together, but Calypso is the reason the Red Wraith exists. You guys remember how I found Calypso, right? The ring?
Mm-hmm.
It was...
of course, I remember, but if you wanted to remind us, I wouldn't.
yeah. Don't worry, Alok, you have a mind like a steel trap, but I'll remind you. My previous captain, Captain Greenhide, he was just able to find some treasure. And it was, the treasure was supposed to be divvied out amongst the ones that helped the most and all that. But I was just a deckhand. I didn't know what I was doing most of the time. So I went for I never got any treasure, and they always did, so I went for something that looked cool. So, got the ring. Made 3 wishes. Darn, it's been so long. It's been 2 months, but, it feels like forever since I made the wishes. I believe the first wish that I made was, I was getting attacked, I believe. And, just that someone was mugging me. And I asked for strength, like Alice. I felt stronger in that moment. I was able to get away safely. When I returned to the ship, Alice was dead. Because with the wish, it's a monkey's paw. You get something, but something ironic to a degree. It just takes when it... It's like you, Alok. It takes and gives. So Alice was dead.
What? Oh, right.
Yeah, Alice was dead. I said to bring him back. He was brought back, and then he immediately attacked me because he was a zombie. Give and take. And people on the ship saw that, that was weird. They had to come in and save me. They really started grilling me. I felt like I was much younger back then, but once again, it wasn't. That was like 4 months ago. I told her to reveal herself. She showed herself in her form. The winds were sharp, like her mind. The waves crashing were her strength. And basically summoned a storm to show herself. It destroyed the ship and what I thought was everyone on it. So you get the idea of the rings and the wishes. The previous guy that had it, the Red Wraith, he was just a normal guy, it sounds like, before he made all the wishes, but I've got the wishes now. Last one. First wish that she just told me. He wished that he would never die while at sea. The second wish, I believe, is for a ship to never... His ship to
The
never...
second was the
The crew?
undying loyalty
Okay,
of
okay.
his crew.
He wished for the undying loyalty of his crew. But I forget what specifics there were, but something they ran him through with blades because I think he was not undying yet, or I just remember that he was killed by his crew for some reason, right, Gino?
Yes. He was killed. Basically, he made the wish while a mutiny was happening. But because they weren't dead yet, the loyalty wasn't there.
Okay, well, so
This-
then that happened.
But I think you can now imagine that this happened at sea. And even while they were killing him, he couldn't die.
Yeah. And the last one was a ship that could never sink, I believe, and then the sink ran him through, but at sea couldn't die. So now you've got the idea of the wishes he's made. He can't die while at sea, undying loyalty from crew, and an undying ship to degree. And I don't know how he's been able to get this powerful with just those 3 wishes, I'm gonna be honest. I guess it's with the whole eyes of Priscilla with Ruby, but I didn't know that those could give that much power. It must be...
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and everybody can just give me collectively some intelligence checks. Suma, you may make this straight. Ruby, give it yours with advantage because of your knowledge of the eye.
It's just so smart.
Oh, okay. Let's go, Ruby.
Oh, on a
Okay.
nat 20. Ruby, you think about everything that's been said. The Eye of the Storm was said to have so much power, no mortal could contain it. When the Red Wraith used it, it tore his body apart, and yet he didn't die. You put things together and you realize that he must have used the eye while he was at sea. And as both the power of the wish and the power of the eye clashed, it created a being that, while could not maintain physical form, due to the power of the goddess Priscilla in the eye, could also not be destroyed due to Calypso's wish. Also, you put together that when Calypso told you that she ran him through with the ship, she said that it killed him, but he came back. You also know that the reason what the last usage of the amulet by Maria, the previous owner, was to resurrect the Red Wraith. And that must have happened at land, on land. Like, he wished for a ship while he was at land. Calypso killed him with it. Maria was there and brought him back, sacrificing herself. And that his power comes from the fact that he cannot die when he's not on land, when he's not on one of the islands. As long as he's on sea, he's invincible. And I think it occurs to you that maybe Lagan was a gray area.
It would be.
Are you at sea when you're on an island, if the island moves?
I'd say it's
If the
still
island stayed put, are you still at sea?
And then it would just be an island, right? But
I mean, tectonic plates are always moving. So.
yeah.
I think,
or is it
I
just
think you gather that
categorized as a large ship?
yeah, I think you put together that maybe he doesn't even know whether getting killed on Lagan would kill him.
So it's
And
like
it's
a
also
danger.
it's like a danger. It's a potential weakness that he didn't have before when Lagan wasn't around. Second thing is that you also knew that the Red Wraith did not attack Lagan directly. It was somebody else. He likely sent somebody else because he feared that if anything happened to him while on Lagan, anything happened to like hit him that he wasn't expecting, or something else happened, that he could die for real. But so long as there's no way of like getting him on land, he's gonna be hard to kill.
And also why he wants the storm to a degree, because it would flood everywhere. It seems.
Perhaps.
Alright, well. So, sorry about, the sudden wake-up call, then. I honestly thought I was gonna get a little bit of, like, a more warm reception. I'm gonna be honest. But, nah. But, I'm sorry about this, guys. I really am. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I thought I had it under wraps, but now, it seems like I'm more of a liability than before. I'm sorry.
Not any more than before, but we don't consider you a liability,
Well,
This is all of our problem now.
yeah. But, I'm gonna be in... I need to find something for combat, it seems, because, they're just gonna punch me in the face, I feel like. I feel like that's gonna be... Like, I'm gonna slash it. I have a sword! Like,
I should have asked for the room with the dojo. I feel like that would have been useful, weirdly, now. But...
Yeah, well, I mean, Ruby would have appreciated it. Still should have gone for it, but I understand.
Well, we can still fight if you want, but...
I sort of like the water, but that's just me.
Well, yeah, no, the water... Okay, let's be honest. The water proved to be very useful, but, I mean, could you just, like, show me, like, a 1 and a 2, maybe? Because, like, I haven't even tried the sword. Like, maybe it's, like, the best thing ever. Maybe you should use a bad sword against it, because it might just cut it in half. It might be a laser. Maybe,
yeah,
maybe it's, like, the strongest
I grab my sword from the table and I, like...
Okay.
Swing at you.
Ah, wait, what?
Think fast!
That.
Gallet, you reach out to block the hit, and you watch as the sword maintains its shape, like crackles, just like water, kind of like being like kind of like holding Suma's blade in place.
Not bad.
Repose?
It's strange.
How do I repose? I forget.
Because when you use it, it didn't feel like you doing it. It felt like some kind of weird muscle memory that you didn't used to have. And now you do. You now have proficiency with long swords and swords of that nature.
Long swords and swords. I'll just put long swords and swords. Can I try to, like, attack, I guess?
Yeah, I will say, as Ruby, you drift back off to bed. Alok, perhaps you write the last of these new developments in your journal. Your quill kind of doing most of the work for you as you observe Suma and Gallet dance upon the water-soaked tile.
Dance is very nice of you to say it.
The sparks and the energy glinting off of their blades, their magical blades connecting, kind of like illuminating, reflected upon the water that is soaked into the little gaps between the tiles. We fade out and away from this hotel room. We'll wait until the next morning to resume our session next week, because it's already almost 11:30, and we gotta end sometime. And I think that's a nice tableau to end it on. Gallet, you may mark down that you now have free use. You have now learned the shape water cantrip.
Oh, shape water.
For as long as you only have it, so long as you are wearing the locket.
Okay.
And you also have 1 use per long rest of either the Wall of Water spell or the Tidal Wave spell.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Damn.
And I can just breathe and swim underwater.
And you can breathe freely underwater. You have a 40-foot swim speed.
Breathe and... Alright, that's a nice chunk on the swim speed.
You can also talk to fish.
I mean, I could have done that before, but now it's just easier for me to vocalize.
Yeah. And there you go. That's the session.
Yo.
How do
Very
y'all
nice.
feel?
Good, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. I'm glad. I'm
Big
glad.
lore dump, even more than the last sessions, I think.
Oh yeah, by the way, Liz, one small thing that
What?
you'd see when we fight. I probably not initially, but as I get like a sort of an idea of sword play, each
Mhm.
time you block, you are knocked a little bit back more than you'd think. Like this, there's some force behind it. Just letting you know.
Some force damage.
Use Hexblade now, let's
No,
go.
no, oh, I mean force damage. Yeah.
Good to know.
He's not a hexblade. It's just a little modification
Yeah.
to the.
Okay, okay.
I like
so
it, I like it.
is it 5 foot now?
Bless you.
What's is the range 5 foot or 10 foot? I don't know which one you said.
I think
Didn't
10
say
feet. I think
just
we
for
agreed
10.
10 feet, right?
So is that a
You said
blade?
10
Is it a melee attack or is it a ranged attack still?
It's a melee attack.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah,
Take a
no,
look
it's
back.
we're gonna see how it go.
We're gonna tinker with the mechanics a little bit as we fine tune it.
No,
I you like
It's
this
interesting.
development?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's gonna change up.
Come up to the
combat
fun
a
zone
little
with me.
Uh,
Great, we love it here.
Yeah, no, but let me check my AC. Ooh, it's strong, 14. Oh, I'm getting them. I'm gonna get them.
It's like it's around mine.
Let's get some more stone fruit over here. Like lots of stone fruit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let's stock up. Let's stock up.
Yeah. I expected one of you guys to hit one of the people in the Lulth vision.
I
There was like a
technically did.
whole encounter there.
And the purple.
I
one.
thought about it, but
But
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't pull me and Aylock in.
who do you hate though? Who do you hate enough that you
No,
would
no,
like?
no, it makes sense.
We
It
hate
makes
each
sense.
other.
Yeah.
Oh, you just hate each other.
Yeah. I'm like, oh hey Ruby, you're here too.
Oh, actually, like the whole time it's fake stuff, but like for you guys, it's just you two in that room, and you slowly escalate it. Like, oh, so you think you're Ruby? I got some
no.
things to say.
Yeah, lots of content. I
Yeah.
think in this session, Suzanne has a sister. Sophia. I am excited to bring her into the mix. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Oh yeah,
There's a
for
lot of
sure.
stuff going on.
It feels
What's in
like
the
it.
crate?
Yeah, we got 3 halflings we know of, and they all have a name that start with an S. Maybe Simon's their brother.
Simon is a
and they didn't know about it.
gnome.
He's a gnome?
Simon's a
Yeah.
gnome.
Yeah.
I thought he
Simon's
was
a
a
gnome.
halfling.
Wow. Why you just try
He
to
might
put
be a
everything
halfling
on
in
him?
disguise.
Yeah, everyone's always giving him such a rough time. Not me. I wouldn't do that to him. He's
I
got
don't
it
trust
hard.
him anymore.
Gallet, you were literally like, oh yeah, we're just ascending. Okay, well we're low. We need someone who can speak concisely. So not Simon specifically. Don't send to Simon.
That's just like a very good order from a captain. That just seems like that's efficient.
No, that is
It's
efficient.
being
You're right.
realistic. Yeah.
There would be so many in that take up space.
Yeah. So
Somebody likes.
I
Like, I've been, like, looking at this-
wrong,
You
though.
haven't. Simon's leveled up. Simon's a level.
He's level 8. He's actually stronger than us.
Whoa.
He's gone on a training arc.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of character development on that ship.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited to see them at some point again. But like, I'm good with waiting. But like, it's gonna be like that 2-year. Like, every anime has to have a 2-year skip, right? That's gonna be that. It's gonna be the 2-year.
Yeah, they're all gonna be like level 4 at least when you guys get there. Well, not
Like-
Simon.
So when
Not
Simon
that.
dies, and then he comes back, he's gonna forget everything about the spellcasting that he's learned.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys were saying, how come they're so low level? I think somebody asked, like, oh, why are they so low level? Aren't they like a cool crew? It's because every time they die, their progress resets back to level
No.
1.
That's so sad.
Yeah, there was definitely, you guys could have leaned into the lull thing there. I'm not mad that you didn't. I think I can just bring that back up
Yeah.
later on.
I'm not done with Lo. I said it. I'm not done with her. Like that doesn't stop me and deter me. It just wasn't like that wasn't the way it was gonna happen.
On your
For sure.
Right, yeah.
Gotta be on
Also,
your
when we're all
terms.
there.
To what extent she wants that to happen, who knows?
Oh, who cares what she
But
thinks?
I think I just need to get across like what her deal is of
Yeah.
like revenge and helping people take revenge and letting people indulge in their hatred. That's like a big thing for her. And I don't think that do Alok and Ruby have a lot of hatred for anybody in particular.
Now that you put it like that, I don't think it would have pertained to Alok. I don't think it would have worked. I don't think he'd have that kind of hatred that you want to kill anyone.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying I could see Ruby
Yeah.
maybe.
But that would be
even then, I can't think of like a singular person that Ruby hates.
It's not a person, yeah. It's more like she has hatred towards like situations or like like circumstances, but not a person.
Same. I don't think Alok hates anyone. Like I don't think he hates even just like a low hate anyone.
He loves Aramis. Big fan.
But I could for sure pinpoint specific people that Gallet and Sumo would hate.
Oh, I have many people I have hate in my heart for sure.
Oh, by the way, if you guys like ever talk about hating Aramis like in character, Alok never jumps in. Like he actually doesn't hate Aramis.
I despise that son of a gun.
Well, it's for a reason that you guys don't really know, but it's Chino would know. I guess I should tell him, but
we can do it later. We can have a heart to heart later.
I can tell Chino.
Yeah,
it's pretty simple.
I like this session a lot. I feel like we got this feels, I don't know, tonally it feels a lot more like the earlier like last arc or like the I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but it felt that way.
We had like some hijinks, I think. We had like
I want heist. That's why I want to do a heist. I'm gonna do a heist with or without. I'm doing a heist.
Like the Suma seduction.
Suma? Okay, can we be honest? Like we learned a lot about each other this session. One of the biggest things for me to learn was like Suma wants to do. I now have a full understanding of there wasn't even like because like usually, okay, let's be honest, we're pretty slow on making plans, and usually people are waiting for someone else to like say, okay, let's do this one.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to that part without Suma like, don't make me sing. Don't make me sing. Let me go up. I'll go up. Don't make me sing.
Guys, I'm so bad.
Oh my god.
It was from my perspective, it was more like, God, I can't think of anything else we could possibly do, and I feel like it's gonna end up being this anyway. So I'm just gonna fucking do it.
Yeah. Also, thank you, Liz, for making the plan. I was like, oh, maybe this illusion idea, it's not gonna work out, is it?
I saw that and I was like, I was just glad that I thought of something because I was gaping for a moment like, God, I don't know, but
I thought we could force the refugees in with that plan.
I wanted to be like, since we're so cool, can everyone come in? But then Larissa was such a I hated her
classist.
That I didn't even want to try. I was like, I can't deal with rejection right now from her because I hate her so much.
I
appears to me the player, and
she's a horrible person, but I love her. She's so great. I like the whole time with like Chino doing that voice. I'm like, oh, this is dead on. This is dead on. This is perfect.
It was so very real, which made it terrible.
Yeah, that's like a real. You encounter that villain in real life.
The only thing you didn't add is that she had very long fake fingernails. That's the only thing you did not add.
True. She has like the little ASMR on the little tablet.
She has a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna find it. Leave hate videos on it.
I had the funniest visual though of like, I was like, okay, while all this is happening, Alok just goes to the back of the line. He's just patiently waiting, and then when all of us like go to the front, he's like, no, I'll wait.
Yeah. There's
he would be the one.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
And
then he just joins us up again 6 hours later, whenever we happen to be doing then.
Yeah, I waited, you guys. No. Okay, so so that realistic scenario is us all getting thrown into prison for a couple of days. Then he's the one that bails us out after waiting a couple of days. Like, oh, you guys, come on, you could have just waited.
I had to steal from so many people to get this bail money. It felt wrong.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That mushroom sold for 10,000 gold. Covered your bail exactly.
Is it really stealing? Okay, so if you have to pay the prison to get bail, stealing from the prison 10,000 gold to get bail. That's not stealing at that point, right? That's just getting us out, you know?
And then I think you get the bail money back if you
show up to court.
Yeah.
True.
We need money though.
Um,
I spent 200 gold just to get us in.
yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
like, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I can like chip in. I actually have a lot of platinum. I think I have.
If you could,
99.
I would. If you could like ship
What
in.
the hell? 30 of
Oh,
that
yeah,
would have got us all in.
By the way, I am taking 150 off of my gold, so make sure you put 50 in your
Yeah,
wallet
I
because
put-
I did. Thank you. I'm no longer poor.
I have
I'm-
44 now.
Yeah. I am down 150, but you know what? At least I have a little bit. I got a little bit still.
I'm only mildly
Sure.
poor now.
This was by
Well,
design.
you can take my 50 because I did not contribute. But
That's
I'll
true.
just be our treasurer. Okay, I have 99 platinum.
Okay, I'll take that 50.
Yeah, take the 50.
I couldn't thrust you into a capitalist hellscape without taking money
this
from
is
you.
this is
Without
perfect.
making
Of
you
course.
poor real quick.
No,
You know,
this
it's a
is-
thematic
Of course,
thing.
there
Okay,
has
I'm-
to be a.
I'm gonna be honest.
toll.
I love this city. I love this city.
Because it's very wacky.
Yeah, and, well, it's just so. Yeah, it's kind of very capitalist, like, but it's in the way like, yep, this is like it's the
It reminds
it's
me
the dead kid's eyes, like that type of thing. Like, yeah, I show
Yeah.
up and I sell the things with a smile. With a smile, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It reminds me of that one. Is it the Earth? In like the Last Airbender, like the
Bossing say.
one where it's like super segregated and like
Bossing say.
yeah.
There is no war in Bossing say.
Yeah.
No, there is no war in Rasad when it was happening. There is no war.
Oh,
in Rasad.
no.
There's no war in
war in
Mayara.
I was. It's funny that you
Rasad-
mentioned it because I was thinking of the Last Airbender when I was like, Suma has air, and Gallet has water. Now, what is Ruby and Ayla? I mean, like Ruby's probably
We're-
Earth because dwarf. But
Well,
like,
hey, whoa! Isn't lightning way more into?
I mean,
Wow,
is that even
racist.
a thing? That's not a thing in. Last
Lightning
Airbender.
and
It's one of, I don't-
Pretty sure it was
Palea is
fire.
fire.
Lightning is
it was
fire.
fire. Yeah,
Wait.
that is.
And
okay.
Palea is sort of associated with fire,
Fire.
so like,
Hmm.
so Alok, you have to be Earth now.
Ooh. And I'll stay down low to the ground, stealthy. I don't know.
Because
change
he's the
your
most
clothes.
grounded personality.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
there it
you're,
is.
you're a grounded person.